everyone, welcome to our 7th episode of Flustered in the Faewild. Thank you for joining us for an evening of Dungeons & Dragons. I'm Emma, I'll be your Dungeon Master for this evening, and we're thrilled to be streaming at twitch.tv/rolltogetherrpg. For anyone here who's new to Dungeons & Dragons, everyone around me is playing a fantasy character in a fantasy universe. Each player has their own unique character, and they have sheets in front of them that tell them what they can and can't do. We'll mostly be rolling 20-sided dice tonight to see if they can do what they set out to do. 20s are fantastic, ones are not so fantastic. And while they're playing their characters, everything else in the universe I'll be voicing and describing. So last week we had people in charge of temples, we had cats, monstrously large cats, various other things. And together we're creating a story that we're just past the halfway mark on now. I'm gender fluid, I use the pronouns M or Emma, and I'm going to give our players a chance to introduce themselves. If you can give me your name, your pronouns if you'd like, your character's name, their pronouns, and maybe a little bit about how they're feeling in their very tiny state. This week we'll start with Sean.
Oh no, that's me. Hi, my name's Sean. I use he, him, and I'm playing Old Georgie, who also uses he, him. Old Georgie is a total artificer who is the props master for a theatre company that are touring the Faewild. However, as with everything in the Faewild, nothing's simple, and Old Georgie has gotten incredibly lost. They've sought help from the Sealy Court to try and do a favour in order to get back. And it's been a couple of days since they were supposed to be trying to get back for Act 2. I'm not convinced that that's going to happen anytime soon. How is Old Georgie feeling? I'm about that big, I think. Probably even smaller. I think Old Georgie's feeling fairly accomplished because we managed to come up with a way to have a bloodless combat in which we did not kill a cat. So I'm also feeling quite accomplished for that.
It was definitely an achievement. I would say you're about the size of a Hero Forge Mini at the moment.
That's
all of you.
Nice link.
Tom.
Hello, I'm Tom, he, him, and I'm playing Pip, who's also he, him. Pip is a feral forest monstrosity who looks like a stag. The more we find out about him, the more we realise that kind of closer to an eco-terrorist than anything. People come into the woods, people don't always leave the woods.
The backstory's gotten more tragic, hasn't it?
Yeah. And especially for dryads. You think dryads are lovely, but sure don't like people chopping down their trees. I think Pip's, again, sort of as I'm trying to say, a lot's sort of starting to fall into place for Pip now. He's out of the woods and he's like, oh. And especially considering he had probably what was one of the best night's sleep he's ever had, leaning against good friend Ogden. And that's making him think some things as well, sort of going, he's sworn his life to the protection of his steed Nutmeg, but then he's like, is this what I really want? Is that bad for me to think? Can she read my mind? I think as we look at Pip now, sort of his eyes are moving back and forth. He's just like, oh no, oh dear, I'm having feelings, multiple feelings. If I don't move, maybe I won't have to think about this stuff. So yeah, Pip's going on his own little journey as we travel down this corridor.
We ship it. I have a set order that I'm going in, so this is not deliberate, but Charmony.
Hi, my name's Charmony. I use she, her pronouns usually, and I'm playing Ogden, who uses he, him pronouns. He is a Goliath monk. He is tall and grey. When I first designed the character, I had this whole Ogden is very gloomy thing going on. I can't stick to that. I'm too excited about everything. So now Ogden's just happy about the world. So, oops.
Still has the gloomy Eeyore voice.
The voice is gloomy, but none of the personality, at all. Doesn't make any sense. Anyway, I shouldn't be outing my own inconsistencies. Don't ignore that, everyone. But Ogden is quite happy, and he's got new friends. He's having a lovely time. Sometimes I just feel like sometimes Ogden / me might forget the importance of going back for Act 2 because fun hijinks are happening. And Ogden's also particularly excited because his right leg is now glowy Not his right leg, his right leg. His weapon is a leg, 2 legs, but only the right one is glowy because old Georgie made it magic. And the shoe on the end has it's a red glitter shoe, obviously. It's a ruby slipper, and now it sparkles with radiant magic.
We're all very excited.
I haven't used it yet, have I?
No, not yet. Chris?
Hello, I'm Chris. I use they, them pronouns, and I am playing Gertie, who uses she and they pronouns. And Gertie, after... last time I did this, Gertie was feeling good because, we're getting to the bottom of things. This is great. And now Gertie is freaking out because Gertie is already small and now is extremely small. So is now feeling, I think for the first time, like the world is too big for her. And as someone who is, as we've noted, relatively confident and outspoken and does what she thinks is best, is now feeling a little bit like this is all, this is bigger. This is bigger than I have ever dealt with before, and is having self-doubt. Still having great fun running around trying to guiding-bot things and failing miserably and shrieking at the top of her breath, but
Liz?
Hello, I'm Liz. I use she, they pronouns, and I play Enoch, who uses he, him. Enoch is currently with his good friends in the palms of a commoner, I believe, whose name is Shania. So based on that, it's feeling great. In addition to that, I think Enoch is feeling quite useful. And I think Enoch likes the idea of being useful and having a little minute to show off a little bit his skills that he's acquired through his spellbook and the new spellbook that he acquired at the house of Tessia. I wanted to say the satyr. Tessia, yep.
Was there something last time about you having nicked someone's spellbook? Like, did someone mention it awkwardly?
Yeah. No, nobody mentioned you having stolen the things, but they were a bit confused about you having been in the house.
Okay. But actually, you've stolen their things as well.
Yeah.
Okay, just wanted to clarify the plot.
We all stole their things. None of us are clean in this.
So I think based on the fact that with stolen items, using them well, Enoch is feeling kind of great. Wants to get to the bottom of the mystery, but is enjoying being out and about, probably enjoying going underground as well, like the old days.
The good old days. So those are all our characters. This stream will run for about 3 hours, and we'll have a roughly 10-minute break somewhere in the middle. We're delighted to be sponsored by a number of sponsors. There you can see them around us. I'm going to take you through them. We'll start with Hero Forge. Hero Forge offer fully customizable tabletop minis. So you can see the minis that we made for this stream on screen in front of my face. You can also see us making them together in our Meet the Characters content on YouTube. Hero Forge is a character builder, so you go on the website and you build your character using all of the options. And if you're Sean, you can build really clever things. If you're me, you build very average things. And they have basically lots of weapons, species, horns, options for you to choose from, and then you choose your clothes, and then you can put colour in. And then if you want, you can get a mini sent to you in coloured plastic, so like the one that Chris is holding up, that they print in 3D in coloured plastic, so you don't need to paint it if you're not a painter, or you can get it in non-coloured plastic, so you can paint it if you like painting. So it's really, the choice is yours. They're great, we love them. They're fantastic representations of the characters, and we enjoy making them. So lots of thanks to HeroForge, and you can check out them at heroforge.com. We're also sponsored by UltraPro. UltraPro do lots of things for your tabletops, so dice boxes, dice trays, dice bags, character portfolios, lots of things like that. You can see the whole range on their website. I have a figurine of Adorable Power, which is this grumpy black dragon who is very super cute. We're doing a giveaway with UltraPro in the comments today, so if you put in a comment, you will be in the draw to win a voucher from UltraPro. Wow, that was a lot of words. So say something in the comments and you'll be in the draw, and we'll pick someone at the end randomly and send a voucher to them. So yeah, UltraPro you can check out at ultrapro.com, and they do lots of different things, so do have a look. Also, we're sponsored by Elderwood Academy, so I think Liz has something from Elderwood to show off today, which is one of their mini spellbooks. Elderwood do bespoke wooden dice boxes. So I'm trying to find somewhere to put this dragon down. Wooden dice boxes, dice towers, rolling trays. And you can go on their website and you can customize exactly what you want. So you can choose the wood, you can choose the leather, you can choose the design, and they will make it and then send it to you. And they're fantastic. They smell really good, as this will attest, in real time. And yeah, they're really great. We love Elderwood, so do go check out them at elderwoodacademy.com. And there is a voucher from Roll-Together. You can pop in and get 10% off at their site, which is fantastic. So great news all round. We also have a number of supporters. First one is D&D Beyond. So D&D Beyond provide all of our character sheets. I'm using their encounter tracker for things that may or may not happen today. We use many different things. You can see all of the character sheets for the characters on the left-hand side of the screen today. So if you want to check out what they have built, what skills they're using, what spells they've chosen, you can see that on the left-hand side by clicking in. But yeah, D&D Beyond are a fantastic online tool for playing D&D online, so I'd really recommend them if you haven't come across them before. We're also supported by Level Up Dice. Level Up Dice made these really chunky dice for us. These are the table shakers. These are the D10s. They're huge for very important rolls. They sell lots of beautiful dice, so you can have a look on their website, levelupdice.com, I think. But just search for Level Up Dice, you'll find them.
There's a link in chat.
And there's a link in chat. We're also supported by 2 D&D video games, so Isle Champions of Forgotten Realms and Warriors of Waterdeep. We're giving away... Sean loves Warriors of Waterdeep. That was a blank screen.
Oh, Sean, you're too ready.
It was so keen.
Yeah.
We're giving away things with both of those games today for you to get free stuff in the game. So the mods will help you out. Just check out what they're putting in chat at the moment and ask them questions if you have them during the stream, and they will let you know what we're doing. So yes, ask the mods what's happening and they will let you know. Thank you, mods. We appreciate your help. We're Roll-Together RPG on all social media, so do join us, check us out, tweet at us. It's great fun. And thank you to our D20 Club on Patreon. You support us, we really appreciate it. Our D20 Club gets little sneak previews of what's coming and slight advance notice, and it's a great community. We're really appreciative of all of your support. There's a link in chat now if you'd like to check that out. We're also on podcasting, so if you like hearing our voices but not seeing us, or you want to, listen to us as you walk, search for Roll-Together RPG on your favourite podcast provider, and you'll be able to hear our voices as you wander around. Finally, we play with a diverse group of players who play a diverse set of characters with wide-ranging sexual and gender identities. Our tables are trans and GNC positive, and we encourage and champion trans and GNC players and characters in our games. The DM and players may portray characters that are of a different gender to their own. We aim to avoid misgendering, but we acknowledge that it does happen, and we have a company policy in place for correcting people on pronouns. If we miss an instance of misgendering, we're open to being corrected, so do let us know if you think one's been missed. We are using various tools for safety in play. There'll be a link in chat at the moment if you'd like to find out more about that. With that, let us dive into the intro, and we will join you back here in about 30 seconds to kick off the stream. Thanks, everyone. Alright, so last time the players made their way from the scary scarecrow fight through the village to the Temple of Veronestra. At the temple, they didn't walk through the sacred pool, so that was good. They barricaded the door, sort of half effectively, and made their way into the inner sanctum, which was full of very, vain, I would say, statues of Veronestra, depictions of Veronestra, and met the High Priestess Mervyn. Mervyn was the first person to fully believe them, not be enchanted, and apart from Tessia was on board, but yeah, Mervyn was the second person to believe you. and was very excited to hear that you'd brought the Eladrin out of the Heartspring, the monster. And when she heard that the Heartspring was unprotected, the Heartspring, which is the source of Veronestra's power in this village, she went down to protect it. Tessia, who you had saved from the Heartspring and brought to the temple, had gone off to find her wife, Reva, who is slightly estranged, and things are awkward. You went and spoke to both of them. It was still awkward. You also met Harry, who lives at the temple and is quite meek. You nicknamed him Harmless. You all bedded down for the night. You ate some tomatoes. And then, overnight, you all shrunk to about the size of a Hero Forge mini. When you woke up in the morning, you were all quite small. You were all quite alarmed. You thought it might be the tomatoes. You surmised that it probably wasn't the tomatoes because Nutmeg was also small and hadn't eaten any. You went to find Tessie and Reva, who were also small, and Harry, who was being menaced by a very large cat. You managed to herd the cat into a room, shut it in, and make your escape. You made your way out of the temple and hitched a ride, using Enoch's charming powers, on a commoner called Shania. Shania has escorted you in her hands to the sanctum. The sanctum is the temple. She's taken you down to the tunnels under the statue. She's taken you into the tunnels. She's with you in the tunnels. She is a commoner. Where you are now walking through the tunnels. Enoch, your instruction to Sania, I believe, was that if you clap and say to run, she was to drop you and run.
Gently.
Places down carefully and wishes farewell and then run.
It's goodbye.
Watch her just yeet us into the middle distance.
Or is that a tree thing?
So currently, as far as I'm aware, Gertie and Enoch, you're on the shoulder. The rest of you are in Sania's hands, and you're making your way back through the tunnels to try and find Mervyn. Also with you are Tessia, Reva, and Harry.
All also small.
Who are all also tiny.
The Eladrin.
And the Eladrin.
And the Eladrin.
Who is still unconscious,
Unconscious.
like 12 hours later.
Fine.
Yes.
Someone put her in a coma.
Gonna have
Yeah.
concussive damage.
Enoch.
Right.
You can make your way through the tunnels. You know where the Heartspring is, which is probably where Mervyn is.
It's okay. This may sound like a loaded question, but can we roll perception checks to make sure there aren't more wood monsters
Wood
coming out of the
hearts. That's a good idea.
the wooden things with hearts coming out of the walls to attack this random ass commoner who we've hitched a ride on? Because I'm feeling super guilty about this. Okay.
I'll look around with you.
John, what's your modifier?
Probably not very much. 2.
Okay. You can give me assistance or roll your own, I don't mind.
Can I give assistance on a perception check?
Don't know.
Yeah.
Look harder, Gertie!
Yeah, you can
Look harder!
point things out.
What about that?
Second
Is
roll.
that it? What about that?
Ogden starts doing
Gertie.
the art tour again.
Have you seen that,
As you can see.
Oh yeah, that actually would be
yeah.
useful, actually.
Yeah.
But, yeah.
I mean, my first roll you couldn't top was a nat 20, so yeah, 27 total.
Looking at the space where the little tree stump pulled itself out, it doesn't look like it sort of regenerates. It kind of looks to your eye like there would need to be another sacrifice to make a new one.
Yeah, but Pip sacrificed a jam donut. Is there now a jam woodwork?
You rolled a natural 20. You saw the paintings on the wall previously of someone sacrificing a heart to make this monster.
Okay.
And it had a heart inside it.
I'm a bit excited about the jam heart, though.
All right, so the good news is I don't think there's going to be more of those things. The bad news is there might be a jam version of those things at some point, and that's not good. And I'm so nervous. We're so small. Oh.
It's all right. I mean, surely a jam version of the tree would just crisp up even nicer if, Enoch...
We're tiny! We could crisp up like a small section of its torso!
Could eat it, tiny bite at a time.
I mean, I'm for eating our enemies, if that's a possibility.
Reva is going to pipe up. I don't think Baronestra is particularly interested in jam donuts.
Pip says a very rude word. Well, I tried.
Yeah, this is the dark horses. I'm pretty sure that Baronestra probably has a sweet tooth.
Yeah,
Or someone sacrificed a sweet tooth.
That thing?
Yeah, it's a bit like me, actually. A small
the Netflix show.
Yeah.
Shania, quick question. How are you? It feels like not moments since we last spoke, but how are you doing? Is everything all right?
I'm not sure I like this very much. It's a bit dark and creepy down here.
And that is exactly what we said when we came down the first time as well, Shania.
Someone left a donut on the floor and it just doesn't seem very, clean.
I put it on the altar. I was respectful. Why does no one respect what I'm trying to do here?
Should we worry about the fact the donut is on the floor and not on the altar now?
Yes! Very much so!
Shania, I need you to avoid the donut with your life. Now, what you need to do is just step over the donut. Do not interact with it with your toe. Just step over the donut and we'll find ourselves within a corridor. But near the end of it, it's going to start to get quite floral. And when that happens, Shania, if you would like to place us down very gently, we would be very pleased if you did that for us.
She steps tentatively over the donut, almost like a horse doing dressage.
That was marvellous. That was simply wonderful. If it was any other circumstance, Shania, I'd ask you to do it again.
Just imagining the donut like the frozen ice monster in Frozen, just coming off the ground. Tiny little one.
She's going to walk down this corridor. Just let me check something real quick.
Oh, God.
Do that.
Sounds fine.
Oh, God. You probably needn't bother.
Folks, if something attacks, then A, she's dead, and B, we're probably dead as well.
Yeah.
Unless it is the donut, in which case, some sort of like jam donut golem.
Yeah, but then she can just step on it and it's fine.
As she's walking down the corridor, it does start to become more floral, and she kind of looks at it, she's like, is this close enough?
DM, is this close enough for us to get to the room where we were before without it taking 3 hours?
Several days, yeah.
You could probably do with being slightly closer.
Oh,
Shania,
God.
for you, Shania, this is four strides. For us, it is a lifetime. Please, just 4 more strides.
We should have got one of those shoes with wheels on that people roll around on, and then she could have just sort of pushed us, and we'd have gone and we could steal.
Can you imagine the minecart nightmare that would have been?
No, just lace them together. We don't.
I was going to say, we could all get in the bag, but we'd have to have someone to retrieve us out of the bag if she were to fling it.
That sounds terrifying.
Throws a tiny bag into the room.
And then we burst out. Surprise!
She will reluctantly walk forward a few more steps. She's made more nervous by your attitude.
No, what you're talking about is definitely fine.
She's at the entrance room. She's like, "Is this close enough?"
Yes, Shani, that is close enough. If you could be quiet. Place us all down gently, Shania. Gently. Place us down upon the floor.
He kneels down and puts you all down.
You are the hero. The bards will sing songs of you, Shania.
And we'll add you to you'll get your own solo.
Exactly what Pip said. Now, run.
She turns around and runs away.
Don't step on a donut.
Oh gosh.
Someone roll a D100.
We just hear a squelch. We're like, well.
Yeah, just a...
I fell on the knives. Oh.
Inside the room, you can see Mervyn is wandering around the crystal, kind of feeling it, running her hands over it, occasionally muttering some words in what sounds like prayer, but mostly just interacting with the crystal.
It's the loudest.
Maybe you need to make a big display or something.
I can fly up to her ear. Yeah.
Yeah.
Big display,
Tiny
I'll be this
spots.
big.
Be careful not to get swatted.
Oh, god damn it! I'm done.
Just saying.
I will fly up, keeping a healthy distance, and just shout, is it Marilyn, Mervyn, or Merrill? Because you've used all of them intermittently.
Yeah, said Mervyn all the times on stream.
Sure. Mervyn! Mervyn! Ah!
Roll I believe it was a con check last time to shout.
It was. I'm so good at them. Oh, 16. Hiya, Mervyn! Hello! Mervyn!
Let me just roll a perception check.
I'm gonna get my cool heart.
Why are you so small?
I don't know! We're all small! I'm going to point down. Everyone's down there!
Very concerning. How did this happen?
We woke up like this!
That's very powerful magic.
Oh, fantastic!
One sec. She's just gonna get out a dagger,
Oh, God.
cut a small slice in her palm to get like a tiny bit of blood, and then rub a little bit of it on the floor, mutter some words, and then going to restore all of you to remove this. And you are suddenly all big and standing way too close to each other. Was Nutmeg still out?
Oh,
Yeah.
no.
So we're also lying underneath this tier now.
Tessie's gonna be like, could someone remove the elk from my space?
Meg, public. Come
Meg is having the time of her life. She's like licking people and like sniffing everyone. Not usually allowed to get this close to people.
Consent, Meg. We keep talking about this.
She's gonna start chewing someone's hair. Probably it's probably old Georgie's hat. Like,
Oh no.
Oh, Geordie's hat!
Oh no.
Oh, no.
I do have the hat. It's just hot.
Yeah.
I don't want to wear it.
Oh. And now imagine that's being chewed upon by an elk. Oh, it's gone. Egg, no.
Thanks, Mervyn.
Yeah.
Erin.
it's Mervyn.
Yeah, tell very much.
When did this happen?
We just woke up like this.
No one in town should have that kind of power.
Yeah, it was terrifying.
Someone. Go on.
No, just saying, like, we encountered a cat and it was the worst thing ever.
Where did you encounter a cat?
Nowhere.
Outside.
Outside the temple.
Outside.
Someone is rolling a deception check. They can roll it with advantage. I don't mind who does it.
As the entire party just deadpans.
Which of us is
Outside.
charisma heavy?
Not me.
Not me.
I have proficiency in deception, but it's not that great.
And you're the only one who
I've
didn't say
got a
it.
negative modifier.
Me too.
Nodded.
I've got +1. That's
2.
+3.
Looks like
Oh,
it's
an
Enoch.
Enoch.
With advantage.
Mm-hmm.
21.
Ah!
The cat was wayward. It was, feral.
Oh, okay. All right.
Does Harry look sheepish?
Very.
But we didn't meet anyone. When you left, we just went to bed. Well, we did have tomatoes and rice.
Well, yes, I very much enjoy tomatoes. Yes.
Well, we had those, and then we went to bed, And then we were all in different places and different rooms. And then we were all small when we woke up. So how
Also-
could that have happened?
That's very concerning.
Hey, look, there was a thing about your tiny hut as well.
Yes. So, Mervyn, I can conjure a tiny hut, though it looks not like a hut. It looks round, like a dome. If you
I'm aware of the magic. It's even more concerning if it managed to get through that.
quite. Well, you've told me what I was going to tell you. Yes, that happened.
I mean, surely if someone's got the magic, know what's to put a spell on the entire town and make them believe that there's no mushrooms when there's mushrooms, then surely someone would have the power to, shrink
They could
several
only
people
do it
and an elk.
via the pickles, you see. If they could just do it, sans pickles, then maybe they would have.
Yeah, because
They
I haven't
did
eaten
one.
pickles.
Yes.
So
Could you guard the heart spring while I go and have a look? We might have something on our books about this. I might be able to see what it is, especially with Reva and Tessia's help. Tessia is particularly good at researching. We might be able to find out something, but I can't leave it unguarded, you see. I did explain its power.
Have you got... I mean, can we roll Arcana checks on potentially starting to piece some stuff together here, or do we not know enough information yet? I don't want to step on you to...
Piecing what together?
Well, okay. Are there any fey creatures that have this kind of magic? I.e., Chris is aware of fey creatures that have this kind of magic. Well, not this kind of magic.
Roll an intelligence check for Gertie.
Okay.
It can be history if you're proficient.
I am not. 15.
You're aware of fey creatures that have magics that would, but there are a lot of fey creatures that have magics that would
Okay.
potentially be this powerful. It's not
Mhm.
like, there is one fey creature that can do this thing specifically. There's lots of fey creatures that could potentially, like potentially some of the archfey could have magics like this. You can't pinpoint it to one specific thing.
Okay. Mervyn, you got any, ideas about what this might be? What do you want to research?
Well, that's why I want to go consult the books, because it really depends on if we can figure out who would be able to get past this and what they're using.
Okay.
we can heroically stand here and guard the heart spring. It won't be the most dramatic action scene for the musical, but we did have a scene earlier with a door handle that was very, very dramatic, and there was flying and heights were involved and impressive achievements. So I think we're due a sort of scene of lull to the audience doesn't get stressed.
I could do with a scene of lull, actually. That sounds quite nice.
Is there an audience? Are you
Not
being
yet.
watched?
No, not yet. When?
Yes. Always.
Oh, really?
Watchers with 1,000 eyes.
Oh.
Okay.
Oh.
Mm.
Oh.
No, don't worry. These people, they're theatre people. Don't worry.
We're gonna go. We're gonna go. But I trust you. I trust you to look after it.
Okay. We'll guard it with our lives.
Do you want to take the Eladrin with you, or should we keep hold of them?
Put them back.
Probably best if we take her, I guess.
All right.
All right.
Unless you want to keep
I mean-
watching.
Not especially.
She probably needs some sort of medical care, given that she's been asleep for...
It's been a long time, hasn't it?
I mean, if we woke her up now, it could be like they never left. They were here, they went away, they came back. It's fine.
Either way, it's tomorrow.
Best if we take them with us. Yeah.
Yeah, they were pretty dangerous, so that would be an added complication if something did try to attack the heart spring, wouldn't it?
We'll take her. Reva can carry her. Reva looks a bit put upon, but does slightly reluctantly pick her up.
I mean, Harry's right
Hefter.
there and has no other use.
Harry-
So
No one has mentioned Harry.
No. Let's be clear
Harry's
on this.
Harry's going to stay with us.
Reva is hench.
Oh,
Harry is wuss.
hang on, slow down a minute. You
That was
never got a
clear.
physical description of Reba. You described her as a satyr, but
She's a hench satyr.
Oh.
She's hench. Yeah. She's got a sword. She's built. She's
I don't know if I missed that, but I didn't expect a stacked satyr, which is cool.
Harry looks like Harry has not lifted a weight for some considerable length of time. Maybe he's picked up one book, to carry it from his room to the library.
Does Harry have any redeeming features so far? I've not really.
He's very pleasant.
Okay, right.
He likes cats.
That's the most important thing.
Yeah.
He made you food.
He made us tomatoes,
which we then thought was cursed.
Watch out for the donut on the way. Enoch says, "Don't step on it."
It's terrifying.
We will not step on it, Reva says. It's a blatant lie.
No!
Can I just check? Did someone knock the donut off the table just in case? Otherwise, it moved off. It moved of its own accord.
I'm sorry, this might have been a confusion between me and you. I was of the impression that it was always on the floor.
Was there an altar?
No, everything was on the floor.
The altar was on the floor. The floor is the altar.
The daggers are on the floor.
Yeah, everything's on the floor. Yeah.
I just liked the thought that there was an altar and Mervyn saw a donut and was like, no.
Gently flicked it off.
The donut hit the floor. Yeah.
That is enough tomatoes.
The donut hit the floor.
They'll start to pick up and go. Mervyn will give one last kind of loving pat to the crystal. Reva will go over and gently kind of lay her hands on it reverentially before leaving as well.
Before you go, do you know what this thing is?
I did describe what it was to you last session, Chris.
Well, I forgot.
Holy thing of holy charts.
And it makes avatars and something, doesn't it?
Religious relic.
Yeah.
Wait,
it's the only way to make an avatar of Veronestron.
Oh, yeah, that thing.
Yeah.
The apotheosis, yeah.
Yeah, which sounded totally not like the end game, yeah.
The end game of the world?
That was definitely out of character. That was definitely out of
Just the world.
Chris, I stand by my earlier point about throwing dice at you.
I apologise.
They leave and you are left alone in this room once again with the...
Hi, Harry.
Oh,
we'll miss you.
Harry, go somewhere safe, for God's sake.
Is this not safe?
Are you staying with us, Harry?
You can stay if you like.
Is it safe here?
We're here.
To protect it from people who are definitely going to try and nick it.
I think I'm going to go back to the temple.
Yeah, it's probably best, Harry.
And just make sure that the cat that's not there is fine.
Good thinking, Harry.
Wink.
He winks back at you, but he doesn't quite know how to wink, so he just blinks.
I get the intention.
Oh my God, Harry. He doesn't know how to wink.
It's the cloister into cloistered scholar.
How wide is the entrance to this space?
I'd say about 10 feet across.
Okay. I might start ritual casting Tiny Hut across that space. And make it... It's not see-through, is it? So I'm going to make it bright green, because why not? And say, if anyone else would like to perhaps take a short rest in this time, you may. It hopefully means that something can't come in.
Oh.
We'd hope. So I'm going to cast this here. I'm going to stay within. If you want to mill about or do anything else, please do, but I'm going to stay here.
But we could pass through it, so if something comes down the corridor, we could fly up and engage it in the corridor.
Yeah.
Cool.
Tiny Hut ritual cast takes 11 minutes to cast, doesn't it?
Correct.
Says the DM.
10 minutes and 30 seconds later.
Good to know.
Very precise. Yes.
Can I be standing? Because it doesn't matter. I can pass through the hut, right?
It's not. Yeah. It's not in existence yet.
Yeah, but can I be standing in the doorway, ideally with someone more hench in front of me, just ready to? I can cast Guiding Bolt as a feature, so I can have one sort of held. I think. Because it's effectively not it is a spell cast.
You can't hold a spell.
Yeah, I'd lose it. And in which case I'm not holding it, but I am going to just be rolling perception checks up the corridor, because I've got dark vision. I can see 60 feet, ready to hit anything that comes into view.
Roll your first one.
Okay. 24.
24. In fact, as you're doing that,
Oh!
roll the 24, but it's not you who sees it.
Interesting.
I need a different dice.
A different dice? Oh no.
It's a dice of doom!
You're a 24 on the only way in and out of this room, but you don't see it. Groovy.
I don't know why I don't just get out an actual set of dice before I DM.
We're spoiled now. We're just Beyond is so good and it's so easy to use. Yeah.
All right. Gertie, as you roll a perception check,
A perception check. I'm not pretending there's nothing there.
you expect to see out of your own eyes, but you find that you're actually seeing out of Enoch's eyes.
What?
And Enoch, you're suddenly seeing out of Pip's eyes.
Oh my god.
I hope you're all keeping track of this, because I'm not. Pip, you're suddenly seeing out of Gertie's eyes. Oh no, hang on. Pip, you'll be seeing out of Ogden's eyes.
Hey.
Have I where have I missed? Who's
Ben's-
gone where?
Ogden out of old Georgie and me out of Gertie, I guess.
Yeah,
Yes, please.
that would be the step change, yeah.
Is everyone clear?
We can access each other's character sheets on Beyond, so I can... Am I literally running Enoch's character sheet now?
Yes, you're all now swapped into each other's bodies.
Oh my god. But
There we go.
But it's still me. I'm still Gertie in Enoch's body now.
You are still your consciousness.
Right.
You are just currently in the other person. You don't have access to your own abilities, you have access to the other person's abilities.
I'm now a druid. Good.
Oh god, I'm now a wizard.
So much fun. Do it.
Pretty sure what old
I was
George
going to burn all your high level spells, so that's what's going to happen now.
Georgie's
You've got two left.
Georgie's an artificer.
Didn't you multiclass? No, you're just
No,
not.
I'm a multi-class.
Oh, yeah.
Standard artificer.
I thought you were a ranger. Oh, that's what I'm saying. I thought you were a ranger.
No, I'm a cavalier. You know.
Okay.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
So there's a moment where you all feel a bit dodgy, and then you're looking at the other person's eyes. Who moved into Gertie's body? From down the corridor, you hear the sound of water filling the room, starting to slosh, and maybe the slight sound of hissing.
Am I going to have to do the voice now?
Yes!
Yes.
Oh,
it is
yes.
entirely up to you if you would like to do the voices
Do
or
it.
not.
Go.
Yes.
See ya. What the fuck?
Why am I so tall? Oh.
I'm just a little bit taller now.
Yep.
This is normal.
Hang on, Enoch's sort of slightly posh and Britishy. Yeah?
Most of the time.
What?
So Enoch is posh and Britishy when Enoch's performing, which is most of the time.
Uh-huh.
And when Enoch's not performing, and in the Underdark, Enoch talks with an Underdark accent, which is Enoch's usual voice, which is Australian. So, you know, like that.
What? Why am I not in... What's going on? Why do I sound Australian? Enoch's not Australian! I'm so confused!
That's my real voice.
Your real voice is this?
Yep.
Wow, that is unexpected. Why am I you? Ah!
I don't want to alarm anyone, but there's water.
We should probably do something about that.
Enoch, how do you do things? Am I still casting Tiny Hat?
Yep.
No, you're all going to need to roll initiative.
Oh,
My God.
oh no.
Why am I in the middle of ritual casting a spell? I don't know how to ritual cast spells!
Oh my
Oh
god.
my god.
I think this is my favourite thing
You're
I've ever done.
Hang on, I can't roll on Beyond because I'm using someone else. I have to get my
Oh,
physical
God,
dice
oh
out.
no. I was clicking and everything.
Can you say this is all very confusing in
That
a
initiative's
In
much
a-
better than mine.
old Georgie voice?
Well, this is all very confusing.
Well, this is all very confusing. Thanks.
Kind of cockney, little bit London.
I don't usually have such a big shell on my back.
Or a sledgehammer.
Oh yeah,
That's my shield. Take care of her.
Oh my god, we're doing combat. This is going to be a nightmare.
I mean, usually I have legs. We've got.
Hey, you've got my legs.
Pip,
This one's good.
are these like attached? Oh, they're attached.
There's not actually like feelings in it, so if it breaks, you don't have to worry about those.
Right.
Yeah.
Yep. That
I'm
sounds
quite
fair.
handsome, actually. Never really considered that.
Picking
Are
up
we
a
shipping you with yourself?
Yep.
I am now opening up various books and going, how does one cast spells through books? How does this work? And it's just frantically paging through all these books trying to work out how it works.
You can read, can't you?
Yeah?
Well,
Right.
just read, you know?
I think we should just clear something. I'm Pip. Okay. Just clear, because I'm getting confused about who's who.
Yeah, I'm
Georgie.
Gertie.
Gertie.
Enoch the Vague.
Well, I'm Ogden, I am. Obviously. Well, that was clear.
This is never going to get old. Good, right?
Oh my god.
5 more episodes.
Oh, my face hurts.
16 for initiative for Enoch.
Who are you? Yeah. Who?
Oh no. Oh
Who
dear.
am I?
Who am I?
Okay.
John.
Enoch rolled a
Lots of
12.
teams, though.
Enoch rolled.
This
Okay.
is.
Who, Liz, who are you?
I'm Pip. Rolled a 16.
Oh
I'm
god.
trying to do it like without smiling.
I am Gertie. I rolled a 5.
So we can't read that, mate. We cannot read that. We literally can't
That's
read
a good idea.
That's a very good idea.
Well, I'll have to ask the editors to put it on the overlay because otherwise it's
Oh my god.
confusing.
You have to swap all the names over.
Oh, Georgie's body rolled a 4.
And Ogden's body.
Hello. I rolled a 9.
Oh my god.
So yes, Gertie, as you look at Sean, old Georgie / Gertie, as you look down the corridor, you can see little bits of water starting to pour in through the walls, and you can just see coming around the corner some snakes in the water.
Snakes in the water.
Snakes in the water.
Ah, no, there's snakes now.
It is Enoch / Pip's turn. I will say the actual character and then whose body they're in first.
Right. Right.
So Enoch / Pip, that's Liz.
Alright, oh.
That's me. What I think I need to do is. What's going on? Okay.
Are you talking to me or are you talking to me?
No, it's old Georgie.
I mean,
There's water. And there's snakes in the water.
right.
Very good.
I'm going to get my longbow out. And I'm going to fire.
Do you know how to use
2
that
shots.
thing?
I don't know.
You just point and shoot. It's not that hard, really.
But I think I can do it twice.
The muscles now.
That's a 2 + 6 and a 7 + 6, which is a number which is 13 for highest.
13 hits.
Oh. That's 6 points of piercing damage.
As the arrow pierces into the snakes, you see some blood appear in the water, Gertie.
Nice.
Yeah, you're not bad at that.
You're getting the bloodlust.
Oh no, not
I'll
again.
make kebabs out of them in no time.
That's what I like to hear.
Wow, this change is happening really quickly.
Did only one of them hit?
Well, the first was a 2 + 6, so that's 8.
Yeah, no. Alright. Old Georgie / Gertie, are you flying or have you landed because you're Old Georgie, not Gertie?
I feel like old Georgie probably wouldn't realise that like the wings were going.
Yeah.
So it's probably just is flying but doesn't know how to move around.
Cool. In which case, the snakes are gonna swim past you
Oh.
because you're flying, and they're gonna go for someone else.
I think it's only fair to say that I, as in Enoch, is there casting Tiny Hut. At least was trying to cast Tiny Hut.
That's true.
It's not up.
No.
But,
No, but I'm there, as in I was there.
they're
casting.
gonna go for Ogden / Old Georgie.
That's
You,
me! Oh no! Wait, no, that's Australian.
Not
shit.
Australian.
Oh no! Oh, double no. No, wait. Sean, say something quick. Say, oh no!
Oh no, there's water and stuff.
Oh no, there's water and snakes, more importantly. Don't mind about the
snakes.
water. But what's the snakes doing? Ah!
They lash out to try and bite you, but they rolled an 8, so they bounce off the shell quite ineffectively. However, the other set of snakes are gonna go
Oh my
for... That is... Enoch / Pip.
Oh.
And they roll a 17, which I don't think beats Pip's AC.
No, it just bounces straight off.
Yeah, so that again, they try and sink their fangs in, but just not happening. Who's currently Enoch?
Me.
Gertie / Enoch, it is your turn.
Right. I could only cast that as a ritual. God damn it. Can I see anything else up? Is it just snakes? Is it just snakes?
You can currently only see snakes.
Right.
And the water rushing in ominously.
Yeah, that's not good either. Have you cast Mage Armor on yourself today? I'm going to cast Mage Armor on myself today. That's what I'm going to do. Right. And as a bonus action, I am going to move like a long way away from the door. Probably like as far back as I can, but still have it in view. How far away would I be if I do that?
About 30 feet across the room.
Right, so I want to be on the far side of the room where I can still see the door and things coming in, but out of combat.
I mean, no one's out of combat, Chris.
Well, I'm trying to be as out of combat as possible, while trying to work out what my armor class is at the moment.
Classic Enoch.
Any bonus actions?
No.
Okay, those snakes are dead. Ogden. No. Pip. Pip/Ogden.
Hello.
Sorry.
Ogden.
I'm sorry.
Ogden!
I'm an amalgamation of two people. How are you?
It is your turn.
Oh, good. Are there snakes to hit?
There are snakes attacking old Georgie/Ogden and also Enoch/Pip.
Oh no. Choices.
Yeah,
Well, I know Pip can handle it because Pip's very tough. So I'll go for the other snakes. I guess I'll hit them with my ridiculous legs. This one glows now. It's magic.
Mind the sequins there. Don't rip
Okay.
the sequins off.
Sharmini, you were so looking forward to using your
I was.
new fluffy leg, and
It's mine now.
You're not even the one who gets to use
Me
it.
too.
I'm sorry.
Sometimes.
Okay, so that was a natural one. This isn't going well.
Everything's too long. Your arms are too long. Your legs are too long. The other legs are too long. None of it makes sense.
It's very silly. I was happy the way I was before. I think, do I get a second attack?
Yes.
I'll use that then.
Twice, once with your left leg, once with your right leg, and then once with another leg of your choice. It has to be another kind
Or
of
you
leg.
can use key points to do more.
Okay, I guess I'll.
Twice.
So that was the left. Now I'll hit it twice with the right.
That's the magic one.
That was a 10, and that was a. No, that was a 9. I'm not having a good time with my long limbs.
Oh no.
You
just
swing out at the water, but the snakes just move around the leg, almost like in a dance.
Oh, that's annoying.
What is Ogden's plus to hit?
It's +6.
Right, okay. Yeah. Shit.
Yeah, it was some bad rolls.
Did you do the bonus action kick?
Yeah, was that all three?
No, I'll give it a kick then. I can understand. I understand how legs work, not these legs. Oh, that does actually work.
Oh!
So is that unarmed strike then?
Yeah, unarmed strike.
Yeah. That's a 24.
Oh!
Yeah, that'll hit the snakes. You stomp on the snakes after all of the.
After all the faff.
That's some good kicking, that is.
Thank you. I understand how kicking works. I've done that before. But, so that's 6 points.
You stomp on them, and again, more blood in the water, and they stop moving.
Is there like water filling this room now? Is there like sort of slow trickle of
is it?
water down the corridor? What's...
It's probably like it's now at your kind of shin level for those of you who are
It's still coming.
the size of an average human,
So how high is it on Enoch now? Am I drowning?
waist height.
This is mighty concerning.
You could get on Nutmeg, maybe. She won't be too... How's Nutmeg reacting to all this?
Yeah. Is Nutmeg all right to me? To Enoch me, Pip?
Does
And
Nutmeg
am
look
I
like you
currently
look right
on? Am I on Nutmeg?
No, you're standing beside previously.
now? Are you being Megan? Is that what you're
Lost. We've lost.
What was the question?
We've lost the
doing?
DM.
Is that what Meg's looking like right now?
Is what?
Your expression is your expression what
You know,
Nutmeg is looking like?
I don't
This is
understand what you want Nutmeg to do.
Nothing. I'm just saying how's Nutmeg reacting, and did she notice
Okay.
that Pip's, a bit weird? Than you.
I think she probably would have. No, she has not noticed. She thinks that you're exactly the
Nice.
same.
If 6 were all being odd.
Good work, Your Highness.
I mean, that will convince her. At the end of your turn, Ogden,
Hello.
a sort of apparition of a person rises from the water. It's made of water, and it's going to appear in front of, I think, Pip. Enoch/Pip. Could you make a wisdom saving throw, please?
Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh.
Oh dear.
Yes,
Enoch
you,
Pip.
Liz. Yeah.
Oh, I can't click that. 11.
11. As this rises in front of you, you, Enoch, feel some of Pip's fear of the dark things in the forest.
Oh no.
And you are frightened.
Oh no.
No. No.
No.
Around the corridor, on the water, rushes a woman. She has long, draggled green hair. She has quite green skin. She has like long, clawed hands. She is what you might term a sea hag. She is going to swim basically into the room. She'll go under Gertie. And
Any attacks of opportunity on that?
Probably if
not you, Gertie. Sean Gertie, who is flying.
And has no physical attacks anyway.
Sorry. And is gonna stare ominously at Enoch/Pip. Could you make another wisdom saving throw, please?
No.
Notice there's a thing on here due to a magic item. The Ring of Protection grants another +1. So I will just roll a 19.
Oh,
+1
thank God for
+1,
that.
21.
Yeah. Nothing happens.
It's bad if
You
it hits.
feel rising within you that same terror. It intensifies, but then you realise that you are not Pip, and there is no reason for you, Enoch, to be scared of the forest. You were still frightened. You're not frightened, but whatever you were still frightened, but whatever was happening, you push it down.
Get down.
It's a straight to 0 hit points one, I think. Bad one.
Good.
what happens if you die in someone else's body?
I don't know!
You die in the game, you die in real life. Come on.
Old Georgie/Gertie, it is your turn.
Oh no, I'm still learning how to druid. Specifically how to stars druid, because what I want to do is turn into something, but it can only be a half. I think I'm going to go for
don't use animals, it's not worth it. The story forms are so much better.
Yeah, I think I'm going to go for a Gertie classic. So, starry form archer, I can make when I activate this form as a bonus action, I can make a ranged spell attack.
Yep.
Okay, so on the turn, because it's a bonus action to use, I can't use it on the turn I activate it.
You activate and you do it on the immediate turn, so you can bonus action fire one of those and immediately do a guiding bolt as well if you want to, or another spell. It's just a bonus action and it's not a spell.
Okay, ranged spell attack.
The surprise, Gertie's a dirty min-max power build.
Yeah, I think I'm going to make a ranged spell attack. I'm going to do a guiding bolt. Do I have to tick off?
That's 2 of them then. That's the guiding bolt. Guiding bolt, you have 3 extra ones per day you just get for being a Stars Druid. I have not used any today.
Cool, I'm going to write down that I have.
Sorry, mine's a horrible.
It's fine, I can take it. Okay, so the starry form ranged spell attack. My wisdom modifier is that. That's 25 to hit. Oh, I should have announced what I was trying to hit, shouldn't I?
Is it the hag?
No, it's snakes, obviously.
I assumed it was
Oh,
the
those
hag.
things.
I thought that there was an elemental. I think I was thinking the elemental, but I did see the hag as well. Tell you what, can I roll a d6? So it's what, snakes, hag, and elemental.
The watery figure.
The watery figure is. I'll tell you, it's not. It's a magic of the hag. It's not a separate thing.
I
I
understand.
think it's a
Okay,
legendary action.
good. I love legendary actions. All right. Is it all right if I say that was the hag?
Yeah, of course.
Cool. And I'm guessing a 25 hits the hag.
Yeah.
How many d8 is it? D8.
It's just 1 plus the wisdom mod.
So I'm flicking between tabs on D&D Beyond. It's all nicely organized, but it's 2 different tabs. 10 on that. And then I shall roll the guiding bolt, my first free one.
Yep.
You have pack tactics, and she's within 5 feet of it, right?
Ooh. Does that mean I get advantage? Well, one of those is a 1. The other one is only a 7, so I think that's only going to be a 14 to hit.
Oh, even you can hit guiding bolts.
14 does hit.
Oh,
Yes!
Yeah.
never mind. You've now hit the same number as me in the entire campaign.
So far. And that would have been first level, so just 1d6.
It's 46 at first level, mate. I know.
I don't have that many dice prepped. That's a square one. That's a rabbit. 15 on that. It's not plus anything, is it? No, 15 radiant damage.
Right.
And the next
yes.
attack is advantage.
Adapata.
You just hit the dog.
No, it's fine. It's just he's biting my foot.
Oh.
Go away.
Yeah, I think Georgie's probably kind of trying to remember how when he first cast an ice. What's it called? I don't have my sheet in front of me. Ray of Frost. First did that, and it just somehow summoned this lightning area. It's like, that was good.
Does Gertie / Enoch react in any way?
I think I shout, not nice one. I can't remember who you are.
I think that's bonus and that's action. So and yeah, I'm just carry on floating where I am.
Yep.
I think at the end of your turn, another watery apparition is going to appear in front of who looks like the most. We're going to roll for it. Yeah, it's going to be in front of you, just quite a lot of damage to her. And could you make a wisdom saving throw, please?
Who?
You.
Oh, me?
Yes, you, Sean.
Oh.
You're very
Wisdom saving throw. I should be. But not when I roll 7s. That is... it's a 14.
Again. Chris, what is Gertie friend of?
Failure.
The concept of failure appears.
You suddenly feel really frightened of failing.
If you feel like self-conscious, you failed in your mission, you have failed in what you want to achieve.
Oh no, I've let everyone down.
And
Enoch looks really, really like, oh god.
you are frightened of the hag for the moment. Enoch / Pip.
That's not me.
That's not you. Yours
None of those are you.
Enoch.
Right. Do I need to roll something?
Because you're frightened.
Or do I need to roll something?
Because you're frightened.
Because I'm frightened.
You don't need to roll anything.
Right. Do I just need to run away?
Right, hang on. Frightened. You have disadvantage on ability checks and attack rolls while the source of your fear is within line of sight and you can't willingly move closer to it, but it's right next to you anyway, so you just have disadvantage on attack rolls.
Got you, okay. So I think what Enoch would do is resort to things like spells, because that's what Enoch gets. And Enoch will look to the hag and, using vicious mockery, say something like, "You're really scary, but we all hate you."
What does she need to do?
Roll a wisdom save, please, of 12. 12.
Wisdom save. Well, that's a 3.
Okay, that is 2d4. 5 points of psychic damage?
Yeah.
Psychic damage. And They have disadvantage on the next attack roll it makes before the end of its next turn. Then
she does look a little bit hurt by your insult.
Yeah. And then I'm gonna use action surge
Ooh.
to use my lance. Oh no, wait, is she how far away?
Not on the elk. The lance is with
Oh.
I mean, you're at disadvantage anyway, so you may as well, but
If you get on Nutmeg, then that balances out because you'd have advantage.
Right.
I'm a very confusing character.
Guide us! I will make my way to Nutmeg and use half my action to mount Nutmeg.
Half your movement to mount.
Half my movement, sorry. And then I will use my lance upon the hag. If
mounting only costs you 5 foot of movement because I'm a cavalier.
Right.
So if I may use my lance against the hag.
Sure.
Is there an attack of opportunity in there?
She's still with me. I thought she'd moved.
You're all in the melee together. So yeah.
Okay. Right. Well, that's 16 plus 7.
Yes, that'll hit.
That's 14 points of lance damage.
Yep.
I'm good at melee characters, can you tell? Piercing damage.
Lance damage.
Lance damage.
She a boy
I
or
think
something?
that's my go. That's my go.
Second attack. You get a second attack.
Cool. I'll do it again.
Action surge, you get to do the whole.
Oh, amazing. Oh, cool. Right. In that case, that's 17 plus 7, 24.
Yeah.
And then that is 8 plus 4, which is 12.
Grand. Cool. Pip having a sterling turn.
Is the fear effect ongoing?
It kills at the end of her next turn.
It kills at the end of her next turn. So the fear effect on.
It'll end at the end of her next turn.
But
Chris, shush.
no, I'm trying to work out whose turn it is because 2 people are now feared. Is that 2 people are now scared?
Yes.
Right.
Snakes.
Remember us?
And there are snakes.
We're on a plane.
The remaining snakes are going to go for.
Did I miss a go?
Yeah. Did Georgie get a turn?
Where's old Georgie?
Snakes have gone already, haven't they?
Oh no, sorry. Old Georgie, you're at the bottom. I missed you. I'm sorry.
Hello.
You should have gone before.
Why is not Georgie
me.
Australian?
You should have gone before Pip. I'm sorry. Old Georgie, go now.
I'm gonna look. It's a sledgehammer.
It is a sledgehammer.
I'm gonna look at this big sledgehammer and say, "All right, old Georgie. I imagine it's a bit like when you was teaching me carpentry. So you hold them still and tap them gently until is that the thing?
Right.
What?
I said, yeah, that's right.
Right. You're speaking so high pitched that Zoom is like, is this background noise?
Somehow I get through.
Am I right in thinking that you can hit twice with your warhammer and that you're using it as a double-handed weapon and therefore it's the D10 and not the D8?
Georgie's using the shield, so it's the D8.
Shield.
Yeah. Which you can use to take damage for people if you wish.
Oh god, I haven't even found that on it. I'll find that later.
You're the DM. Can we hint to each other about things on our sheet to help each other
Yeah,
out?
you can tell each other.
Cool.
You can
Great.
give each other instructions.
Hey, I'm gonna.
Feel free to interact.
Can I wade over to the hag?
Yes.
The first one was a 22 to hit.
Yeah, that will hit.
For 8 points of damage. Nice. And second one is a natural 20.
Ooh.
Nice.
I have another D8. I'll just roll it twice, or should I double it?
Rolled
We
so
roll twice or
many.
double it?
I usually roll twice just in case you roll a 1 because that's really unsatisfying. Rolled so many natural 20s this campaign, Charmony.
15 points of damage.
Nice.
Nice.
Bonus action.
Bonus action. Bonus action.
Do the bonus action.
Is it a brand? I haven't got a bonus action.
Rend.
Oh no! Oh, it's because it's all in inventory, the place I haven't looked, right?
Yeah, it'll be in extras. Robert will be in extras.
It's in extras. I would like to rend forcefully and empoweredly.
This rat, she's been here the entire time. And also got shrunk and risen up again.
This is Robert. He's been here the whole time. Rend. You don't have to be able to remember. My extras are all greyed out. You don't have to be able to remember what his numbers were, do you?
Would you? Sorry, on my
You
sheet.
should access extras.
Apparently not. Maybe that's just on the phone.
I can tell you what the numbers are.
Tell me the numbers.
The rend is a +4 to hit with a D8 +2 force damage on a hit.
Right. Okay. +4. That's 12 +4 is 16 to hit.
Yes, that hits.
Ag. 8 +2 makes that 4 points of force damage.
Nice. Robert does indeed rend. Sorry, Chamonix, didn't mean to miss you.
Anyways.
The snakes are now going to try and bite old Georgie / Ogden.
Oh no! I'm Australian again. God damn it.
They're nipping at me ankles.
I have rolled, unbelievably, a 22.
Fucking snakes.
Everyone's secretly from the Underdark, you see. That's the real...
Everyone's from the
campaign.
Underdark.
Everyone's Australian.
You could,
Hello.
if you wanted to use your reaction for this instead of taking a hit for someone, you could cast shield.
Now I'll just let you get beat up. It's fine.
Oh, now it comes out.
Not a shield. It's big. Isn't it?
Yeah, fair.
That is 7 points of poison damage. And could you...
Poison. Oh no. Sorry, yeah.
Yeah, that was it.
Oh, great. I mean, not great. I mean, you know.
Gertie / Enoch.
Right.
Uh,
Oh, God.
hang on, 1 sec. The hag is gonna suddenly burst into water and move across the room to where you are standing, Gertie / Enoch.
Right.
Because you look the squishy. And it's gonna reform in front of you.
Right. Oh, heck. Is it now my turn?
Is it your turn?
All right, well, that makes things different. I am not...
You could Misty Step if you wanted.
No, I've got
with a
that.
bonus
I've got
action.
that. I was wondering what my action would be, but I can't cast another spell, and I
No.
think you've
Well, you
used
could do
your
a
other
cantrip.
actions. I
You
could
could
do a
always use a
cantrip.
cantrip.
That is a great
Never
idea.
forget.
I'm going to Misty Step.
Mr.
Right.
Step.
Misty Step.
Step.
I'm going to Misty Step across the room.
Mm-hmm.
Oh no, I'll go on top of the heart thingy, the heart spring.
Ooh,
Is
It's
that
like
balance on
it's into the wall. You can't stand on top of it.
Ah.
It's got like vines.
Can I
You
hang
could
off a
always
vine?
come on top of Meg. You could always.
Oh, that's right. I'll
There's
go
room.
and sit on Meg. I will land and be on Meg, and that's my Misty Step. I'm now out of second level spell slots.
You're welcome, Chris.
I feel worse for Sean. And
I'm
then,
just glad I wasn't having to do the Australian accent. I don't think my wife would be pleased.
It's true. And then I will use Mind Slither on the hag.
The hag?
Can the hag please make an intelligence saving
Is there a
throw?
hag in this room?
The hag, yes. The sea hag.
The sea hag.
See? The sea hag?
The sea hag.
An intelligence saving throw.
Yeah.
That is a 19.
All right, nothing happens.
Oh, stress.
Sorry.
That's all right. I'm on a horse, elk. It's really hard not being able to fly. I hadn't realised that until right now. I've been taking it for granted.
Yes.
We're all learning about ourselves today. It's a day of discovery for us all.
It is your turn, Pip/Ogden, as you say this.
But I realise I still like hitting things. Hello. I realise none of us have done this yet, but would you like a job?
Very proud of you.
Thank you. Take that as a no then. Snakes, do you want a job?
She's gonna like glare at you and is just gonna hiss out, "I've got a job."
Oh.
Yeah, but as what? What do you do? You know, when you're not a hag.
Removing you from here.
Oh.
That's not a full-time job thing, is it?
Hang on, I'm gonna just because I want to respect Enoch. You shouldn't do that, you know.
Yeah.
But do I sound like that? Is that what I sound like?
Apparently, I don't know. I was trying it. I'm sorry. I thought I'd give it a go.
Oh well. Fuck this.
Right.
Ogden said a swear. Ogden said the one swear.
I am
okay.
scarier than I thought I was, I must say.
I'm really sorry that we're not really engaging with your hag, Em.
It's fine. This is
I think Ogden's having that thing of like big people who are like, oh, that's what I'm like. That's, yeah, intimidating. Oh, sweet, sweet, sweet. Okay, first to hit. That is a 14.
14 just hits, yeah.
Cool. So that's... Shamna, you're going to have to tell me what I'm hitting them with. So is that right leg?
Right
so
leg, you get
so
plus one to whatever the right leg says.
Amazing. So that's 3 plus 3. So that's 7.
7.
Cool. Then...
And if
is
you
it
want,
two-
you can do something magic to them.
Okay, what do I do?
You can expend a charge and make them blinded until the end of their next turn, unless they succeed in a con save.
That does sound like fun.
Yeah.
I'd like to do that if I can.
Con save. I have rolled a 15. What is the DC?
You have Ogden spell DC
I'll
there.
have a look at me.
Does the
Is that-
Radiant Leg use Ogden's spell DC?
Yes.
Spells,
Against your spell
Spells,
save DC,
spells.
yes.
Oh, right. Cool.
skills, actions.
The DC.
It might be under Stunning Strike, if you look at Stunning Strike.
Cool. Do.
Oh, I don't think
Do-
Ogden
do-
has a spell save DC.
Yeah, it
Not
will be
having
under
any-
Stunning Strike. If you look up Stunning Strike, you'll have...
13.
Yeah, okay, so 15 passes, I'm afraid.
Oh no.
Of light from the shoe.
I'll hit you with the other legs then. That is that's 12.
12 doesn't hit.
And then another one, which is a 25.
25 does hit, yes. That's the
Yay.
unarmed strike, isn't it?
Do you want to try
Yes.
a stunning strike?
I'll try again.
Stunning here.
Yeah.
No, a stunning strike because you can put it on any attack, and if it stuns, you're stunned for a round.
Might as well, since it's hit.
That's another con save.
Yeah.
Uses
Sorry.
one.
Hang on.
Alright, so that's 2 key points so far.
Con check, I rolled a natural 20, 23.
Oh, for God's
Sorry.
Oh dear. But that is 8 points damage from
8 points of damage, nice. She is looking rough.
Already?
Yeah.
Wow.
And as we get round to the top of her turn, that is where we are going to take our break.
Oh.
And we will come back in a few minutes to pick up at the start of her turn. So go get your cups of tea. Go, work out who is currently playing who in whose body. And we'll see you back here in a few minutes. Thanks, everyone. Bye.
Bye.
back, everyone. The cast have taken the break to make signs. They may be for your benefit, or for mine, or for theirs, but they say who they are, whose bodies they're currently inhabiting. Chris has one. It's just not currently visible. There it is.
Yes.
So I realised during the break that I used the wrong stat block for the snakes. I was using the poisonous snake stat block instead of the swarm of poisonous snakes stat block I intended to use. So I'm just going to let you all know the snakes are still there.
And they're considerably worse than you first
There's
imagined.
a lot more snakes.
Yeah.
And they're all still there.
Good.
I got confused. I was like, wow, they only have 2 hit points. That doesn't seem right. But, there was a lot happening, so we ran with it. It is currently the Sea Hag's turn.
No.
Who's currently frightened? Could you just wave at me?
Oh no.
Am I still frightened?
No, it was first turn and then you survived the death glare.
Yeah.
In which case, I think she's just gonna glare at old Georgie / Gertie.
Old Gurgie.
Old Gertie.
Could you make me a wisdom saving throw?
Oh no.
Come on, Joe.
Yeah. All right, I'm going to use my lucky metal dice.
Oh man.
Bad dice.
Oh no.
9.
9. You feel the fear of failing deep in your bones, and you immediately drop to 0 hit points.
Yeah.
Immediately drop to the floor, I assume.
Into the water, I
Into the
assume.
water.
Which is a problem for an unconscious person.
I can't remember who's in my body, but I can't swim. I also appear to be floating up. Oh no.
Oh god. Oh god.
The hag sort of hisses in joy. Sean, could you roll me 1 death saving throw?
Oh my god.
Yep, I'm going to use a different dice. That would be a 4, my first fail. Sorry, Chris, I'm going to kill your character.
It's alright, I'll just remind you all that there's at least a level 9 cleric in town, so no.
Okay.
Ogden / Old Georgie. You are the only other healer.
I was going to say, I feel like this might be on me somehow. Shit. I'm gonna say, don't be Australian. Don't be Australian. Oh no, that was Australian.
What are you trying to say?
Oh no.
Oh no.
Oh no! Gertie! Yeah, I've lost it. Oh, Georgie, you usually do something about, and I'm gonna lift Gertie's sort of unconscious body out of the water and be like, this is a thing. You can do a thing about this, right? And then I'm gonna oh god. Right, no problem. I'm gonna.
Does the water around you get warmer? What was that?
It's me concentrating real hard. Really hard, and I'm gonna concentrate on Gertie not being dead and try and cast Cure Wounds. Is that a thing I can do? Can I do that, please?
Yes, you can.
Okay. You get 6 hit points.
Sweet, better than nothing.
Yeah.
You wake up staring at your own face.
That's just disconcerting. I think I did quite a good job. I just fought really hard and then used better. It's pretty good, isn't it?
Well done, Biggin. I'm going to pat my own face.
Thanks.
Right. That's not my voice. All right, whoever's in my body, can you work harder?
We're all doing our best.
Wait a sec. I'm gonna get that rat and do that rending thing. What he does. Robert, do your thing. I can do that, right? Bonus action rend.
Yeah, bonus action rend.
Right, gonna do that.
You say to little Gertie, like, I can do that, right? This is something I can do.
It's an 18.
18 would hit, yes. Do you want to hit the hag? Yes, and not any of the multiple more snakes that are in the water now.
The hag, yeah. Just gonna go for the hag.
I was just gonna say as an additional kind of complication for old Georgie, you do actually have 2 reactions because Robert can do the imposed disadvantage reaction, and Georgie can take a hit for people.
Yeah. Okay. I may or may not remember that. That's 8 points of damage from the rend.
Rend.
8. Grand. At the end of your turn, the hag is going to round on you, Ogden / Georgie, and another watery version appear in front of you. Could you make a wisdom saving throw, please?
Oh, not very wise, are you, Sean?
Very much not wise.
It's a 2!
What's old Georgie frightened of, Sean?
Oh, that's a question. Probably
Change.
change. Probably because he was a foundling outside an orphanage, probably being abandoned.
God.
Ogden, you suddenly start to worry that everyone's gonna leave you, and maybe would die, and you'd just be alone. And
I can see him getting ready to run. Oh God!
Yeah.
Can I just hold Gertie's body tighter?
You can't leave me.
Yeah. Don't leave me.
I won't allow it.
Oh no.
Enoch / Pip.
Right, so, me, Enoch, Gertie, hold tight. We're gonna lance the hag twice.
Oh, I'm Gertie, so I just realised what's happening. Oh no, I hate elks.
Don't offend Her Majesty.
Yeah, don't be rude.
Oh, sorry, Enoch really likes elks. This is fun. Yay!
The first to hit is 11 plus 7, 18.
Ooh. Did you roll with advantage because the hag is smaller than you?
I did. No, I did because I rolled 2 dice. So that was my highest of the 2.
Okay. Yes, that will hit.
And I'll do the second with advantage. I have a 14 and a 12. 14 plus 7 is a number, which is 21.
Yes, that will hit. Also.
So both hit. Come on, math.
Meg is
9
starting
plus...
to figure out that something is wrong.
9 plus 8 is 17 in total.
17. She's starting to make suspicious. You can see in the distance, Pip / Ogden. She's starting to turn her head and her eyes are looking. Occasionally,
no.
She's like,
what does Pip do? I'm gonna spit at Meg. Much as I can.
Oh, the scandal!
I'm gonna spit at Meg.
Someone's getting a bit bucked off.
she looks quite upset at that. We'll come back to that.
Oh,
Charlotte.
God.
In the background, we see Pip Ogden just again holding his cheese. Oh no!
Ready to dance?
Oh, the audacity!
With Ogden's complexion and outfit, probably he looks exactly like Edvard Monk's the school.
Yeah, just belong.
There are a number of you in this room, equal to 6, because Meg is also here.
Yes.
And Robert.
And Robert.
And Robert.
And Robert.
But don't hit Robert.
7. I can't roll 7 on a d6. I'll roll a d8. Let me just get a d8. 1 sec.
I mean, we don't have to hurt Robert. He's been through so much.
That's dirt.
Robert's never been hit in combat before, so you know.
That's true.
I think Robert's backstory is more upsetting than Pip's.
Just a half an
Ogden.
orphan child, right?
Ogden / Old Georgie.
That's
One set of snakes is gonna have a go at you.
Oh, not again.
Oh,
Don't leave me.
That's a no, 17 to hit.
Does not hit.
No, it wouldn't.
Armor class is so high.
So high.
And it can be higher with shield.
Yeah.
The second set of snakes is gonna go for
We watched the mouse float around.
people's names. Old Georgie / Gertie in Ogden's arms. They're gonna leap out of the water.
No! Oh, God!
We got 6
Can I-
hit points.
Can I do something with a reaction, Sean?
You can either
It's a reaction thing.
advantage or you can take the damage if they hit.
Robert could impose disadvantage. You could
Or
technically
you can
do
take
both.
damage with the shield. No, 2 reactions.
No, one is Robert's reaction.
I'll have Robert impose disadvantage, yeah.
The disadvantage roll is a 15 to hit.
Yes, that'll hit me. I was like, no, that isn't. Oh shit, I'm not turtle.
And I'll take the hit as well if I can then, yeah, with my reaction.
Okay. Old Georgie, could you? In that case, Ogden, can you make a con saving throw?
Yeah. Oh, he's good at that. Not that good with my rolls. 11.
11 is fine. So you take this many.
It's a lot of clicks.
5 piercing. It's because I didn't put the stats in the block, so now I can't just roll it with one hit click. I have to just actually roll the
5.
like choose the dice and roll them.
Okay.
Because I thought it
Total.
was. I put a poisonous snake in. And it's a swarm of poisonous snakes.
Is that 5 total for all of those things?
But you figure out the shield and you pull the damage across from
Great. Oh man, great.
From-
Yeah, good.
Old Georgie / Gertie into
Yeah.
you, actual Ogden / Old Georgie. It's a weird
Yeah.
transference of damage
Yeah.
between bodies across the space-time continuum.
Wibbly
I
wobbly
feel better,
tiny
but I'm not
whiny.
sure I feel completely better.
Oh, I got you. Don't worry.
Gertie / Enoch, it is your turn.
Right, I think I will do an Enoch special. Oh, hang on. Well, that might be quite clever as well.
Come on, me.
DM, would you class the fear effect being on someone as a magical effect?
No, it's an innate effect of the person. It's not a spell that's been cast.
Oh, Struth.
Sorry.
I cannot dispute it. Then in
Well, a knife.
yeah, then
This
in
is a
which,
sacrificial knife.
then in which case I will do an Enoch special, and I will cast Grease under the Heg,
Under the
carefully
head.
avoiding everyone else somehow.
Hig.
The Heg,
Right.
Heg. Aussie's in the Twitch stream. I apologise profusely.
She's swimming, Chris. She's swimming in water.
Ah, then that would have no effect, so I will not do that. Then in which case I will cast Mind Spike at 3rd level.
Ooh.
Can she please make me a Wisdom saving throw?
Can.
I've never done this. This is exciting.
Oh, I rolled a 20 non-natural.
Well, that's disappointing.
It's still half damage, isn't it? My
On a
type.
failed save, no, it's a half as much damage, so it's 3d8. I should have upcast
Not
Scorching Ray. That would have been better.
Well,
Right.
Scorching Ray's attack roll, so it depends what your depends what your version of better is. Like, we've seen
Right.
people miss all four.
That is
All
true.
four
Just
rays
rolling
of scorching
3d8
rays.
manually. Excuse me. Right, so that is 10 points of psychic damage.
I feel like you're not going to be able to stop this at the end of the night. I'm going to be stuck with Australian Chris forever now.
This is what I had planned all along.
Yeah, it's going to be how I integrate with the rest of the world now.
Any bonus actions?
I don't think I have any bonus actions that aren't spells, so no.
No.
Okay.
There will be no bonus actions, although I will, on the back of Meg, lean forward to Pip and say, do you have any idea who's currently me?
Yeah, I am.
All right, you number one, fly away!
No, don't leave me.
Damn it!
Ogden holds tighter. I got ya. Don't you worry. You stay right here. Squeezing.
Oh no.
That's such a
Sorry,
codependent
Sean.
group.
All right. Well, on that note, the final swarm of snakes is gonna lash out at. I'm sorry, it is going to be Meg. Just for anyone who's worried about animal, there is an item that means that if Meg is killed in an encounter, she will bounce into the item. She is not dead, so no harm will come to
You also
Meg.
can't kill Meg. Meg's a god. I mean,
Yeah. Also, Pip can do a thing where he can choose to take the attack. That's part of being a mounted.
Do you have to set that up in advance, or can you just
No.
do that?
I think it's. Let me just look.
I look too.
Yeah. Mounted combatant. You can force an attack targeted at your mount to target you instead.
there we go.
So up to you, Enoch/Pip.
Your Majesty, I'll take this damage.
It's a 10.
10 to hit.
Yeah.
No.
They snap
Doesn't
out.
it?
Wait, no, check the elk stats.
Oh, to hit the elk. Oh, that just hits. I believe the elks. Her Majesty's AC is 10. So that does hit Her Majesty.
Does it then go against your AC or against the elk's AC?
I think it's your AC because you're the
It's
one who's sort of
targeting
leaning in
you.
to take him. Yeah.
Grand, in which case, yeah, you lean into the way and it misses you. And Meg, although she is concerned, appreciates the gesture.
So what will happen is I will forsake any kind of muscle that Pip has in his core, and I will just instinctively just flop to one side with my arms dangling as they bite me or Pip, and then come back up again. Yeah.
She knows
The
you're not
acceptable
Pip.
dance move.
She knows you're not Pip because Pip wouldn't do that, but she
Hang on. Who are you?
Me.
Yeah.
Me.
Who are you?
I'm not sure anymore, but it was Enoch.
Oh, so I'm you. I'm not.
Yeah, you look like me,
Sorry.
and you sound like me, and I don't like it.
Oh, sorry. I'll try and do the hello. Is that better?
Yeah, that's great. You keep
Heavens
doing
to
that.
Betsy.
Pip/Ogden,
Hello.
it is your turn.
Well, there are all these snakes here, and they're being very mean, and they're attacking whoever they are. That's not nice. I think I'm going to hit one. I'm going to hit the snakes with one.
Yep.
That is plus that is 14.
14 hits.
Hooray! Roll my d6. That's 5 points
5.
foot damage.
There are still snakes in the water.
Oh no! I think I'll hit them again. Get away, you! That is that's 17.
That hits.
That's 5, 6, that's 8.
8 points of damage.
It's the magic one. You can add a +1.
I'm going to add a +1, please.
Yep. There's still snakes there.
Well, there were less snakes than there were when I started. And that, in my books, is a success. Oh, I guess it's Ogden I can read now. That will be exciting. Okay. I'm going to hit the hag with my other attack, if that's okay.
Yep.
Thank you.
You can't read.
No, yeah, that's just occurred to you. 18 to hit.
Yeah, 18 hits.
And 5. Can I make that stunning?
Yes.
Thank you.
A stunning
Wow.
strike.
I rolled another natural 20.
Oh my god.
Oh dear.
Beyond loves the hag today, apparently. On her turn, she's going to turn to old Georgie, who's holding Gertie. She's going to glare at you. You feel the fear rising in you, the fear that everyone is going to leave you. And can you roll me wisdom saving throw, please?
I'm not good at these.
No, sorry. Ogden / old Georgie.
Oh, I know. But I know that I'm not good
Georgie's
at
not good
these.
at these.
Come on.
7.
And as you feel that fear that everyone is going to leave you,
Please
you go
let go of
unconscious
Gertie.
as you go to 0 hit points.
I think my arms go limp, so you can probably
Can't swim.
break free.
It's very hard about like flapping, like moving my, I want to say trapezoid muscles.
I mean, they're not connected to any.
Let the man body pop.
Just think of a wonderful thing. It is literally the same as having wings.
Whose turn is it?
It's your turn.
Oh, it is me. Sorry, I didn't catch that it is my turn.
I hadn't told you. I was just enjoying. I was enjoying the madness. I'm sorry. I was enjoying the mayhem.
Well, I was going to heal myself, but I now feel like I should heal myself instead.
If you could.
If you want to, if you change your form into chalice form, you can heal Ogden and then heal yourself as well.
I'm assuming that this form would have dropped when I went unconscious.
Interesting. Yeah, probably.
So, yes, I'm thinking I will chalice form.
It's very odd because you still get the magic girl transformation,
Yeah.
but you're not used to it. So it's like you get the weird whizzing and like your arms start to get the glowing dots, and you can see it all happening and you don't really understand it.
It's like someone doing a choreographed dance move but having no idea what the moves are, and it just sort of happens to you.
I'm imagining like kind of the anime intro kind of thing where it starts off as you, but then it shows old Georgie doing it instead, and then it goes back to the actual body.
Nice. Ooh, I like that.
Awesome.
Yeah, so I'm going to bonus action Styroform Chalice. And then whenever I cast a spell using a spell slot that restores hit points to a creature, you or another creature within 30 foot can regain 1d8. So I would like to cast a level 3. Where is it? I'm not on the spells anymore. Aura of Vitality.
Takes a bonus action. If you do it, then you can't.
Oh, no, it's a
do it this
bonus, is
turn.
it?
Yeah, you have to have that prep before you do Chalice mode. If you now cast Cure Wounds and then cast Aura of Vitality on your next turn, you can then heal twice every turn.
Right, I see. So I can only restore hit points to one person? Oh,
No.
it takes a bonus action to use it.
Exactly.
Okay, that's fine. I'm going to Can I still cast
Yeah.
Aura of Vitality, but I just
It makes more tactics. Sorry. If you cast Cure Wounds on this round, you heal 2 people. If on your next turn you cast Aura of Vitality, you heal 2 people. On the turn after that, if you then cast a Curing Magic in the first one, you can technically cure 3 people.
I'm gonna I'll take your advice. I will do a second level Cure Wounds on Ogden. So tick off a second level slot.
Right,
Everyone's gone Australian. It's catching.
What have I done?
really catching.
It's just so much fun.
I know.
I mean, you're not going to
Look
shrink
look
out all of
look
your
look.
lines? Come on now.
That is 13 points of healing for old Georgie / Ogden / Sharmony.
Shamni is actually healed.
And are you saying that I can
You can now
do that?
Yeah, it's automatic because if you cast a spell, you can do it.
Cool. So I will have the 1d8 plus 4.
Ogden, Gertie has left you.
Just gonna fly above your head. I'm not going away.
Where you gone? What are you gone up there for?
It's very much more safer for her.
Us.
Oh no. Is there anyone else near me? I want to start trying to crawl to them and grab people
That was 10 points more healing for me.
I mean, your body is nearby.
I'm gonna, it's not my turn, but for flavour, start crawling through the water towards me.
Pip / Ogden, old Georgie is crawling towards you. Old Georgie / Ogden, Ogden / old Georgie. Sharmony, it's your turn. God help us.
I don't like this hag. And now everyone's leaving me. It's really sad.
Oh dear.
I'm gonna. Oh, I was gonna. Oh yeah. Well, you left, so that's fine. I was gonna do a touch spell on you, but you're gone. So this is actually useful. I'm gonna crawl towards my own lovely stumpy feet. I'm gonna reach out and hug them. And as I hug them, I'm going to. Well, old Georgia is going to cast heroism on Pip / Ogden, which gives you 5 temporary hit points and you're immune to being frightened.
Hang on, you're a turtle, so you could be underwater through all of this.
Can't technically breathe underwater, but can hold your breath for an hour.
Yeah, you feel imbued.
Oh, good. Now this is happening.
Right?
It's the new hero song of Ogden.
Oh, I like that.
He's going to save the day. He's going to kill the beast.
Can you put in a verse about not leaving me?
He's never going to leave old Georgie / himself. Oh, brave Ogden. Something like that? Is that what you wanted?
I'm remembering that for later. Yeah, perfect.
One more appreciation to theatre into the body of Pip on the other side of the ring.
Oh, I've got to do a rend, don't I? Shall I do a rend?
Yeah.
I'll do a rend. I love doing them. Right, Robert. Wait, under the water. Oh, wait, Robert, do your thing.
This is the best version of My Fair Lady I've ever seen.
Robert does well good and is going to go to the hag for 23.
Nice.
And do 6 points of force damage.
Can we have in headcanon, because Robert is lower than the water level, it's just his bow wave just moves up towards the hag, like, ow!
Yeah, in the water.
Kind of like being attacked by your own puppy. Sharp teeth. She looks really bad at this point. Enoch / Pip.
Yeah. Right. So, how many of the swarms are there left in the water?
There are 3 swarms remaining, and the hag looks really shockingly bad. I mean, she's always looked like, haggish, but now she looks
Good.
I good. That's where the word comes from.
yeah.
So I have a question for Pogden, or as we know Pogden, Tom.
Hello.
The enthrall that Pip does, is that a spell or is that just a feature?
That's a feature. That's being a feral tiefling.
Okay, but that uses an action, doesn't it?
Yes.
Yeah.
Do it anyway.
I mean, this is your chance to dance.
Considering
I know.
standing on the elk and dancing, because we're all here.
Dothraki style, yeah. So the crouch will begin. Enoch, you'll Gertie, you'll notice Pip start to rise up on Meg's back.
What are you
Crouch.
doing?
Never mind, and begin to gyrate very slightly towards all of the swarms. I think that's how he does it. Is that right? Yeah. Oh, right. Okay. Okay. It's hard to do in your chainmail armor.
That's why I'm the best at it.
Right. It's very heavy. So if the snakes could please make for me a wisdom saving throw, assuming that they can be charmed. Am I charming a snake?
Yeah.
Yes, you are currently being a snake charmer. You have done it. You've achieved.
I'm just going to tell you this. They're immune to being charmed, but I like it too much. I'm
How are snakes immune to being charmed?
Ironic. They learned. They got charmed by that snake charmer one too many times, and now they're like,
Oh, they're a swarm. That's
I
why.
rolled 6.
Cool, that does not beat whatever Pip's thing is, which I assume is higher than 6. 12. Any creature that can't be charmed succeeds on bar, and if you or your companions are fighting a creature, it has advantage on the save. So technically it does have advantage on the save.
Rolled in that 1 on the second roll.
Okay. On a failed save, the target has disadvantage on Wiz perception checks made to perceive any creature other than you until the spell ends, or until the target can no longer hear you. The spell ends if incapacitated. So they are fully focused on me gyrating as Meg is sort of circling around.
They are fully focused on you gyrating.
I'll tell you, I've had some weird days. This is said while riding in a circle around.
I
really hope Ogden gives me a job. That's all I'm saying.
I rolled intelligence check for them. They're not going to try and attack you. They're just going to stare at you, and they're going to start.
What does the sea hag do as all of her snakes start dancing?
She's gonna hiss at them like, "What are you doing? Attack them! Why are you dancing? Stop dancing!"
Of course, we can talk to you. What's the plan here exactly?
I'm going to kill you all. She's gonna.
Well, that was informative. Thank you.
Gonna take you.
Please don't.
Gertie, Enoch, could you make a wisdom saving throw, please?
Oh,
A bit of water
Oh,
appears
no.
in front of you, looking like the sea hag.
oh, hang on. No, it already happened.
This is the most exercise I've ever had in my life.
Right, wisdom saving throw. I have to roll that manually.
Come on, Enoch. You got this.
17.
Yeah.
13. You are not frightened.
Yeah.
Hey.
I think I'm too mesmerised by I'm an arse height right now. I'm mesmerised.
He's got a butt that don't quit, that Pip.
Gertie had already noticed, and now Enoch's noticing it. Well, no, Gertie's still noticing it. I'm confused.
Gertie, Enoch, it is your turn because the snakes are busy. They're real busy.
Are they now? As we're riding around in circles, I'm going to go, okay. Right.
So many Kylie Minogue jokes. Sorry, carry on.
I think I've sussed this. I would like to cast Charm Person on the Heg, and I will use the last charge of my Heartweaver's Primer to give her disadvantage. However, we're in combat, so that becomes a flat roll.
She has advantage on saving throws against spells. I think it's still advantage.
Because, hang on, Technically, charm person would be disadvantaged because we're all in a fight together. However, I'm giving her
No, she would have advantage.
She would have advantage. Sorry, yes. So yeah, it's flat. So therefore, her magic initiative rolls with advantage. Charm.
What am I rolling?
She's also not a person. So that's a complete waste of time.
No, she's a fae. She's not immune to being charmed, though.
Yeah, but charm person is specifically a humanoid.
Oh, yeah, no, she's a fae.
Do you want to say that I did that because I don't understand how...
It is up to you. Do you want to roll an intelligence history or something first?
Interesting. On a history roll, that is for Enoch, a non-nat 20. Ooh. So I will have a very clever idea, then go, that's not clever at all. I'm not usually Enoch. And then I will cast a 3rd level Scorching Ray. So that means I have to make 5?
They're level 4.
4 spell attack rolls. The first one is a 21.
Yep.
The second one is a 9.
No.
The third one is a natural 20.
Yes.
And the fourth one is, that's good too, that's a 25.
In which case you roll 4d6s.
4d6s. Oh, I'm got a d6s out. Oh no.
Do you want me to roll them for you? I've got...
Yeah, go for it.
1, 2, 3, 4. I'm rolling them in the water
It's more than
campaign
4d6s,
if you want to see
it's
it.
8d6s, isn't it?
Is it 2 per array?
2 per array. 8d6.
In which case that is 15 and 17.
23.
32.
Oh, 30.
32. As you...
No.
Gertie... Yeah.
15 add 8 is 20...
15 and 17.
Oh.
As you, Enoch... Gertie, in Enoch's body, push these scorching rays, presumably in the same... In sort of Gertie's normal style of like, pow, 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 pow.
Yeah, well, I think what you do here is, and I'm really going to do this, suppressing fire as I start shooting out.
She disperses into water, and the room starts to quiet, and the rolling in the water from the snakes quiets, and the whole room comes back to calm.
Is there still water in the room? Are the snakes still in the water?
No, the water is starting to lower,
right.
And there don't appear to be snakes.
Right.
And after a beat, you return. You have the weird feeling, and you return back to your original body.
Oh.
All right.
That was a funny 5 minutes.
Yeah.
I don't think anyone should leave me, just FYI, in case you're thinking about it.
I wasn't planning on leaving you,
It
John.
occurred to me that you might, so I'm just
Ogden.
saying. I haven't really thought about it like that before, but it is quite a concern.
We're family, ain't we? No,
Oh yeah.
not going to leave me family.
Georgie.
Right.
You're going to need some healing, aren't you? I'm going to...
Oh, you are.
No, I can heal myself, can't I? How many of my spell slots did you use?
You what?
That's a good question for you as well. All of them.
You have 1 first level spell slot left. You're welcome.
Oh yeah, should we
Amazing.
say stats?
Standing on
Your stats.
Meg, and she's going to turn around and start like sniffing you.
That's all right. It's all right. It's me. It's actually me. It's really. I kind of look around. I'm like, it's Jacktion, Sershka. It's Jacktion. I'm back. I'm me. I'm really me. Yeah. I see. I have to regain your trust. I'm willing to work on it.
Who's Jacktion?
Well, Pip's not my real name, is it? I mean, I've got secret. Well, she's got secret names. I've got secret names. You know?
All right.
Yeah.
You just accidentally say the secret ones.
No, well, I need you to make her trust me. You know?
What if we remember? I mean, I don't remember it, but what if I did?
Jacktion.
I mean, you could. I don't know. You
Shush.
could write that.
No,
you could write that in a
stop
book or something. You know?
reminding me. I'll try and forget about it.
Well, I guess family shares secret names, which we're family now. So
Did we become family by being in each other's bodies briefly?
I think so. I think we've just
Right.
passed the point of intimacy. You know, beyond anything that anyone else. You know, we've literally walked in each other's shoes. So I think we're technically all soulmates or something.
Technically, I rode in Enoch's shoes.
Oh.
Enoch's being super quiet right now. Enoch is kind of unsure as to what voice Enoch should be using.
You can use whatever voice you like or whatever name you like. It's fine.
So, right. Yeah, which I understand, but like, you're not going to laugh at me, are you? Because last time someone from the above world heard what I really sound like, they just started to laugh. And then, then it was embarrassing. And then I had to get rid of my, ceremonial garb. And look at me now,
I sort of put my hands on Enoch and I was like, Enoch, you've danced in my body. Nothing. We are connected. You're all good. Don't worry.
If you
All
can
right.
make them laugh when you want, that's quite useful for theatre.
So I've still got a job, even though I sort of like applied as not me, because my real name isn't Enoch.
What?
It's Mung Enoch. M-U-N-G Enoch. Mung Enoch Withers is my full name, since we're sharing as family.
I don't think that affects audience enjoyment that much.
Right.
It might. I don't know.
Yeah, you're allowed to have a stage name. That's actually pretty common.
In which case, I'll stay as Enoch the Vague. That's fine.
Oh.
But sometimes I might just, be mean.
Yeah,
Depends on,
On a day-by-day basis, you do you.
yeah. Family
Alright.
means you can be yourself.
Yeah.
I'm exactly
Okay.
who I said I was. I'm just Gertie. Nothing's changed. I'm not scared of anything, and good, we're good to go.
check.
I mean, technically, nobody actually knows what my birth name is, so old Georgie will do.
Oh,
I mean, was there a young Georgie? Is that why you're old Georgie?
No, I was young Georgie, and then I was just Georgie, and then I got older, and now I'm old
He's very
Georgie.
old for
Do
a
you-
portal.
Do you like being old Georgie? This is your
I mean-
chance to change if you like.
Well, I think it would be a bit of a misnomer if I was to suddenly go back to young Georgie, though. Slightly
It's a power move.
false advertising, really.
You could be like King Georgie, Lord Georgie, just like.
So puts a finger up to.
Or-
Right,
or
we're not
just-
good.
I mean, don't dismiss it out of hand, but just George.
No. What?
Yeah, I like old Georgie now.
No.
Okay.
Then you're old Georgie.
No, definitely not OJ.
All right.
I'm
I'm
going.
impressed
To
I knew what the letters were, to be
I'm
honest.
going to have a secret stage name. For
Right.
on
Yeah, very good.
stage. Yeah. I can't tell you what it is though.
Was it a secret?
It's a secret.
All right.
Not that this
That's-
isn't great, being family and stuff, but what do we do now? A hand just attacked the.
Oh wait, is it still there?
Is the body there? Oh, despair.
No,
It's
no.
the
heart
heart
spring.
spring.
Is the heart spring okay? We're supposed to be guarding it.
Well, yeah, I suppose we're still here until we're relieved of duties, surely.
I mean, there's
So-
gonna be more.
So I've got no more spells left, right? I'll just give Gertie a slight side eye. I can't always make a tiny hut so that we can have a little rest, or
Why do you
we can just leave.
Why do you have so few spells?
I don't know.
Why can't you just do more?
What?
I can do loads more.
Well, lucky you.
I'm sorry, I wasn't used to it. I just,
Yeah. I mean, can you make a hut?
No!
No. So
No,
Enoch's
not-
doing his
It's
best.
not a contest.
Yeah.
Yeah. So tons of thumbs up to Enoch.
Just
You know,
confused.
friends.
Just FYI, out of game, I only used a first level
Oh, well.
guiding bolt and a second level cure wounds. So,
You didn't even use the first level guiding bolt because I
Did I
can
not?
cast multiple guiding bolts. Yeah, it's a freebie.
oh, in that case, I used up one of your freebies,
Thank you.
and I was unconscious for part of the thing. So.
Well, I can heal everyone up if that's what people need.
I mean, yeah, well, or we could just rest.
Yeah.
You know, if it's going to take Enoch a bit
Can
of
we-
time.
Can we
Yeah.
rest, but not all at the same time, so we can still guard? Because there might be more. Because I don't know where that hag
there's
came
going to be
from.
more hags.
But like, if a hag turned up, I feel like other people might turn up.
Could be an idea to help heal ourselves up, and then if we're able to take some sort of longer rest and feel a bit more replenished.
I was thinking,
Not
yeah.
all at the same time.
How big is the heart spring? Like in size? Because a tiny hut has got a 10-foot radius, so it can go 20 foot from end to end.
Put it upside down on the ceiling.
I think it has to be on the floor.
Yeah, it does have to be on the floor. You could probably get the heart spring in it. Like the vines at the top probably wouldn't be in it, but the crystal would.
So we can always do that.
So it's
and
properly
still have some
protected.
space. Yeah,
Yeah.
Okay, we'll try.
And
Oh dear.
and then have a long rest. Maybe?
Yes.
It's the most comfortable place to sleep, is it? But it'll do.
Last time you tried to cast it, there's someone came up, so maybe you try and start casting it, and we'll all be really ready.
Okay. And what if we all jump into each other's bodies again? Or I don't know, to become fucking massive or something else awful. It's just all.
Well, it would make a nice chapter for the show, so that'll be nice.
Right. I'm going to cast Aura of Vitality. And who's currently down on hit points?
I don't know.
Georgie has 13 hit points and 2 level 1 spell slots left.
Okay. How many hit points have I got? Sean, how many hit points have I got?
You have got
6 plus 17?
16.
16. Right, so I need some healing. Georgie needs some healing. Anyone else get hit in that fight? Right, go. Right. So I can do. It's a minute and it's 2d6 per round, so it's 20d6.
And Enoch, you're starting to ritual cast.
Yes, but before I do, can I make an Arcana check to try and work out what it was last time? Was it me? Did I cause the body swap? I've got a little bit of a complex now because I don't know if it was me that caused it.
Sure.
Oh, I can roll on D&D Beyond now. How exciting. 19.
It's very difficult to know, like to pinpoint why exactly that happened. You don't know. It didn't coincide exactly with you starting to cast the spell, so maybe not.
Okay, right, I'll cast that then.
Sean, does 16 hit points heal you up to full?
Plus 16.
Yes.
What was I? 13. Not quite.
Okay, I'll do one more to you and then I'll do the rest to me. So that's another 5 on top of that. While I'm healing you, because you were me, Georgie,
Yes. Gertie?
just to keep your voice down, just to check, you were me just now, right?
Yeah, functionally.
Right. What was the what happened? Because you did a sort of scare thing.
A scare thing?
Yeah, because you were scaring people and you had a look. I was what was that?
Wait, you mean I did it, or it was done to me?
Done to you.
Oh, yeah, no. The ag made me feel very, very frightened of failing. Felt like I'd let everyone down. It was not a nice feeling.
Oh yeah, sounds can't imagine what that would feel like. Okay, cool. Right, well you're healed. I'll just fly.
Don't leave me.
Oh, Sorry, I'll stay here. It's fine. I'll happily stay here with you.
Oh.
Oh, gee. You're at full health now. You're all better. I did it right.
Who is?
You are.
Oh, me again.
No, you're up to full. I just did it. You're up to full health now. That's very important. I've done my job.
Thank you, Gertie.
You're welcome, Georgie.
Is Gertie still missing some hit points? Because I can spend some kill wounds as well.
No, because Aura of Vitality, it's just a 3rd level spell slot, but it does 20d6 out of combat, so I can very easily use it to just clear the slate, which I've done now. It's all good. We're all at full.
Cool.
Any more traumatic conversations?
I think Pip just leans over to Enoch and went, "Thing in the woods, right?"
What?
You did. I could see you got the same expression I got when I was. Yeah.
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 I'm really sorry about that. So,
Oh.
that seemed pretty harsh. I'll be completely honest with you.
Don't worry. When I was little, I was scared of the things in the wood, and then I realised the way to get around that was to be the scariest thing in the woods.
I mean, you've nailed that one, mate. I'll be completely honest with you. I mean, yeah.
Thanks, mate.
So, it's all right. So,
It's all good.
So when the dancing started,
yeah.
I literally can't stop, and I'm me now. So it's like
it's very exciting. Yeah, no, it's, yeah,
totally.
Yeah. I mean, put that in your book. If that's gonna, dance. I don't understand if you could write that in, doing dancing.
I don't think it works like that, but I will make a note that dancing is super fun.
Cool. I mean, you can read and write again. I mean, I could read and write for like a few minutes.
I can totally teach you to read and write.
No,
I mean, I don't want to offend the most scary thing in the room. I'm sorry.
No, because I'm a stupid forest creature. Forest creatures don't know how to read and write.
Don't put yourself down like that. Be kind to yourself, all right? Be kind to yourself. Don't put yourself down.
Hold on. Starting to cry. No, yeah.
You're super scary.
I'd appreciate.
Sorry.
Yeah. No, it's fine. Yeah, maybe. I could just reaches into Meg and presents a poster and goes, "What does that say?" And it's sort of wanted, the beasts of the forest. 200 gold. Yes.
So this is asking for money.
Right.
I think they did want to find maybe a beast of the forest.
Right.
Looks a little bit like you, but I don't want to make assumptions. So it could be anything really.
Yeah.
Don't worry about that.
Haven't before, won't now.
Great.
Good.
I'm gonna just Pip, you're quite huge. Would you mind just standing here and just face that way, please? I'm gonna get my old no-mesh ceremonial garb out of my bag, which is a crushed velvet robe that goes from the floor to my shoulders, covered in stars, and it's purple, and a pointed hat, again crushed purple velvet with stars on, and quite sheepishly. So please don't laugh, all right? The last time someone saw me in this, they full on laughed at me. So this is me. Hello, my name's Enoch Withers, and I'm not Enoch the Vague anymore. Well, I am sometimes, but not right now. So, that's me. Hello.
Hello, Enoch. You look very stylish. It is a powerful look.
Is this? I think you can tell us now. Is this the costume of the royalty that you're secretly part of?
What?
Well, we're family now, so we have to.
Yeah.
We've got to be super honest, don't we?
I think so.
Yeah. I've spent so long not being honest, you see, Ogden. So I'm not specifically royalty. I'd suppose I'm more of a VIP in the Underdark. So, I go to big events. I perform my cantrips to loads of people, but I've got so many more spells now. So I suppose I'm a super VIP. So sort of a king.
Yeah, so sort of, yeah, that's basically
Sure.
the same thing. That's kind of what I was thinking.
I just want to be super honest with you.
You can
Here.
still use the royal box if you like. If anyone would like to use the box,
Do you still have that?
it's in the bag of holding.
Oh.
I'm sorry, Ogden, I've not used it at all.
Well, we haven't really been viewing the actual
Now's the time to get it
productions
out.
much. I'll get it out. Oh, Georgie, can I get the things out of the bag?
Yeah, of course, anything you want.
Yeah.
The
Box.
royal box.
Royal box, the ropes, and the carpet. Right. Yeah. Just for while we're hanging out here in this cavern.
That makes sense.
It might be quite nice to put it in front of the heart spring, and then if Mervyn comes back, they can walk to it on the carpet. I'll put some more red on it because I've got some more paint left over. Get the red paint and just really like smear it everywhere.
Well, while we, I'm not going to leave, right? Look, I don't want to leave. Why would I want to, I don't want to be alone. Why would I leave you alone?
Does make sense. It just, you did sort of fly away from me when you weren't you.
I mean, I was mostly trying not to die, but
At the time, it felt very much like a betrayal.
well, I felt very naked because I wasn't wearing. I was
Yes.
suddenly not particularly
I
as hardy
see
as I'm
that.
used to being.
I see. Yes.
I would
Yeah.
also say, if it's any consolation, that flying away is what I do to not die. Like, that was the correct thing to do.
It makes sense now.
Hmm.
Hey, am I big and scary?
Yeah.
Not to me,
No.
lad.
You're not.
Oh.
You're a gentle giant with a good heart.
Oh, do you not want to be scary? Sorry.
I mean, I'm the scary one. You're
Yeah, I'm not as scary as Pip, am I?
No.
Good cop, bad cop, but the other way round.
Oh. No, we could both be good cops now, though.
Right.
We can be the good cops, and the musical will be The Adventures of the Good Cops.
The hashtag has changed now.
Ogden,
Yes,
if you want to be scary, you can be.
I don't want to be scary.
Oh, okay.
I'm not, right?
No.
I mean, you can be.
No.
If you want to be.
You're very mixed messages,
I'm not giving you a definitive answer, Ogden, that's all.
right?
I'm saying you have the choice to be because you're
Well-
tall.
If it's necessary, like a snake is trying to bite me, I will be a little
Exactly.
bit scary.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Then you're very scary.
Yeah, Ogden, from experience.
Yeah.
The world's a scary place.
Yeah.
And we need more nice people. It's easy to be scary. You are using what you've got to be a good, nice person, and that's to your credit.
Okay. The
It's not the way I
Adventures
thought that
of
was
the
going.
Nice Good Cops who are
I'm
a family
sensitive. Good.
and won't leave each
I'm
other.
deaf.
I'm not
This
saying
is
that,
excellent.
but your upbringing means sometimes you give advice and it's terrifying.
Well, sometimes you realise, because your mother tells you to kill things, and then you realise maybe that person was just looking for strawberries that wasn't going to chop things down. Maybe you think going home isn't such a good idea. Maybe.
Well, I maybe not returning to someone's forest, perhaps if that was a home, and perhaps going to live in maybe say a theatre instead, or near a theatre because we're not supposed to live in the theatre since the incident.
There's insurance.
Are there trees near your theatre?
There's a few parks.
Would people be angry if we lived in the park? But she needs to bring Autumn.
There's a pretty big park nearby that you could there's probably a few deer living in the park. It's probably like along the lines of Richmond Park in London for anyone who lives in the
Richmond Park's friggin'
Yeah.
massive.
And there's the deer do live in Richmond Park. In the pandemic, famously, they started to come into South London.
Hang on, rewind a second. Did you kill someone for picking strawberries?
No, I killed them for being hunters.
Right.
But then when you're bringing back the body and they don't have bows and arrows and trouts, they just have a little basket, and the dryads are just standing there going, maybe things aren't.
How old is this person?
I don't understand age.
Hey! Just...
She had a nice little cloak, little red cloak.
Okay!
I didn't eat her.
Yeah, that makes it slightly better!
Good.
You know, it's nice of you, Pip, I think. Maybe.
Okay. I mean, that was old. That was Jaxion, okay? That was the beast of the woods. I'm Pip now.
The beast of the woods. Oh, right, yeah.
I like donuts, and I'm grown to like fiercer, and I have a family for once.
Sounds
No monster.
like Jaction had some really hard choices to make, and people didn't really tell him what the right things were, and maybe gave him the wrong cues, or told him to do the cues at the wrong time, and he didn't have the right script, and it was all very confusing, and it wasn't really his fault. But then he decided to be different, because you can just decide that, and you don't need to have anyone's permission to tell.
He's crying.
And that's pretty cool.
Yeah, it's pretty cool.
Like,
I think Enoch will just try and hold your hand, Pip. If you're crying.
Take it. You know, just... Yeah.
pretty cool. I mean, we're all pretty impressed. Like, ooh, that's.
Do you want a hug? We like hugs around this theatre.
We all do one.
Group hug.
Not usually a hugger, but go on.
Come on. Family's hug.
Bring it in, Gertie.
It's to crush me, just be gentle. I'm freaking tiny.
Does not make join the hug.
Nuzzles Pip, like licking the salty water off your face.
She just wants the salt.
That's all she wants. Oh, don't ruin that. She's just here for the food.
Can I check? Pip, your armor's got leaves on it, doesn't it?
Yeah.
Are they? Do they look like leaves, or are they actually leaves?
They're leaves. They're autumnal leaves.
Tell me if you don't want this, but as we're all hugging, all of the leaves on your armor can start budding slightly and even growing flowers if you want them to.
Yeah.
As I druid craft a sort of your armor changing. There you go. Now you're a completely different person.
Spring hag. No. What was the thing? Spring stag. Lots of confusing things.
I'm the spring hag! Forget my character development, I'm gonna hang this entire time!
Wow.
I knew it.
Episode 7. We always said I was going to be the big bad.
Liz, you should have said when you got the character sheet. I'm disappointed.
Yeah, Liz, you're just like, bad guy. Hag.
Oh, pretends to be fighter. Gotcha.
I like to think during this hug, I'm just hugging Ogden's legs. Plural, like actual legs and probably legs.
All of them, yeah, great.
All of them.
Great, love it. Put one on round.
Oh, Enoch, nice threads, mate.
Wait, we should be looking out for danger. We're all looking at that.
We turn around and see Hag's like, oh.
4 hags.
We are bad at looking out for things.
Just point at Pip. Sister! I'm like, hey!
Enoch, in your head.
Right.
Yeah. I'm nervous about her name now because you've made me nervous. I don't remember what her name is. Mirren.
Oh, it's Mirren, not Mer.
Not Mervyn.
Earlier.
I'm afraid Chris is right that there was a little bit of jumping between Mirren and Mervyn.
Oh dear.
And Merlin.
Yeah.
She uses many names.
Don't we all?
Her name is transcendent.
She's
She
mysterious.
transcends the name.
So what does Meryl Streep say? Go on.
In your head, Enoch. We think we found something. It's probably hags. Which is bad news. We've got something at the temple you should probably see. I can get someone down there to protect. The spell cuts off.
Oh god, I can reply to this, can't I?
You can indeed reply.
In what accent?
Hello, it's me, Enoch. I know I sound different.
It's different. 9.
What have you found?
13.
We'll come to you.
17.
What is your name?
You left.
Okay, bye.
1 left.
Says,
Love you.
You don't get a response because
Yeah.
you said you were gonna.
Because there's nothing to say.
So, Mervyn said that they found something at the temple. They're going to send someone down to look after that. And they think we should go and see them. Also, they wanted to know that there might be hags, but I think we know that already.
Yeah, what was their first clue?
Well, they weren't here. They didn't know.
or were they?
Those hags did turn up very quickly.
Mm.
It was one hag.
Oh, yeah, sorry, that one hag
And snakes.
and snakes.
Can I roll a history check on hags, please?
Of course. Anyone is welcome to roll a history check about hags.
Natural 20.
Chris, anything that you think you know about hags, you're welcome to say, and I will tell you if it's not true.
Brilliant. Well, if they're doing weird magic stuff like this, then it's usually not one hag. Hags tend to come in what's called covens, and normally groups of 3.
Oh, like that one play what we did.
What was it called?
I don't want to say the name. I know we're not in the theatre, but I got told off last time.
All right, okay. So whatever play Georgie's talking about, which I don't know what it is, which had hags in it, it's like that apparently. But yeah. So hags come in covens of normally 3, and then when they're in a group like that, they can do strange magic stuff together. So if we just defeated one, maybe they can't anymore.
I mean, did we defeat her? She just disappeared. She's not.
Shit.
She
Good
didn't.
point. Right. Well, be on the lookout for turning into frogs. I don't know, like.
More of them.
Yeah, the coven's normally 3, and when all 3 of them are together, they can, they know more magic somehow.
Maybe one of them was the pink lady.
Yeah.
And that was a very green lady, though.
Yeah.
Maybe there's more
might have
paper.
been that,
Maybe there's
There's
green
green
paper.
there's watery hags and papery hags, and
Yeah, maybe. I mean,
apple-based hags.
The hag of paper. The worst hag.
We'll have to find the hag of scissors.
The rock has turned to river.
oh no, there is a rock hag and it's awful. Right. So, well, that's useful
clue.
information. Here's a clue. Yeah.
Can we wait here until someone comes to guard it, or should we go like we said we would in the message?
I mean, it looks really like you're out of it. Like I was burning through all your reserves, mate.
Yeah.
Picked up your accent there for no good reason.
So I could stay here and look after it and just rest up, but
No.
I will stay with you, Enoch, if you like.
We
Just to
don't
keep an
need
eye on you.
each other,
Because you
remember?
focus, I can
Okay.
fight with Meg. Yeah.
That's the
Okay.
leaving. Yeah, the leaving. The no leaving. We
Yeah.
said
of course, Ogden, I'm
Pops.
sorry.
good cops don't leave.
No, they don't.
Well, let's wait here until whoever's taking over arrives, and then say, "Oh, they're asleep. Oh, we'll have to go when we're awake." And then,
What?
let's all have a long rest here,
No.
and let's rest for a long time here.
If we go back to the temple, we can rest there and nothing will attack us because it's a safe temple.
So
That's where they said we should
You
go.
say that after we were just turned into tiny little
A little
things.
bit, yes. But
unless we've broken the covenant,
we said we'd
do that
go.
anymore.
We should go there. We should go there and rest. Because we said
All right, Enoch, I feel a bit
Yeah.
guilty.
Right.
I'll just fly near you, and if you want to do something magical, just say, and I'll do what I can. I've got stuff.
Oh.
Okay. I do have my cantrips, which are my favourite thing. So, sure. Okay.
If you want everything to be very dark, I could do that for you.
Thanks, Ogden.
What about the hot spring? No, we're supposed to.
We have to wait.
Wait, because I'm going to come.
We're going to wait, but not sleep. Then wait, and then when someone comes, we'll say, guard this with your life. Or with weapon.
Well, if we could wait for like an hour,
Have a shorter rest than the long rest we were talking about having. Yeah.
I might be
All
able
right,
to be
yeah.
a bit more useful should I need
Let's
to
do
be.
that. Let's do that.
Yeah.
Okay. But
Yeah.
but I'm gonna just keep an eye out and I'll be on guard. Carefully.
Would you like to roll a perception check if you're going to be on guard?
On guard. So much.
Can I give Ogden advantage?
Sure.
And I give Pip advantage.
I might
The other
need
direction?
it.
They're staring at the wall.
I'm keeping an eye on the wall.
I got an 11.
I got a 14.
Trying really hard though.
It's quite quiet. About halfway through the rest, you do hear someone walking down the corridor.
Watch out! Watch out, someone's coming. And I'm gonna leap up, brandishing 2 legs.
Reva
That
walks
is the
round the corridor.
Ah, hello.
It's me. I'm here to. I've got
You could have
Australian.
been.
It's me. I'm here to look after it.
G'day. Watcha.
I'm here to look after the hot spring.
Excellent. Watch out for hags. There was a hag, we think. Well, there was
There was
some
a hag.
There was some water, and then the water went, and then there was a woman in the water who went, and then there were snakes everywhere.
Right, well,
And you forgot the body swap moment. That was a pretty significant part of that. Trying to get that.
body swap. That doesn't sound ideal.
Yeah, we all went into each other's bodies briefly. It was most disconcerting.
That
Oh, I
sounds
had a
disconcerting.
shell, but I didn't get to go inside it because things kept trying to bite me. I never got to see the inside. I've always wondered what it looks like in there.
I mean, it's just me innards. I mean, it's not like I've done any interior and decorator or anything.
Oh, but you're so artistic, old Georgie, with the sets and things. I thought maybe it was like a magical Alice Wonderland in there.
Gertie
Of
doesn't.
innards.
Gertie doesn't know anything about turtles, but Shubs, if you want, there's, you don't actually look. There's, you just pull. They're just pulling their head inside. That's all they're doing.
I don't think Ogden knows that.
No, I know. I'm just, you know.
She's gonna go into basically stand in front of the heart spring, pull her greatsword out of its sheath, put it in front of her so it's on the point down on the floor. Sorry, I would do the gesture, but I'm currently stroking a sleeping puppy. Put the sword so it's like the point is resting on the floor. She's got the hilt in her hands. And she's gonna stand in front of the heart spring, in a kind of a protective stance, and stand there and look ready. Wait for you to leave.
Cool.
Yes.
Have you made another paladin?
No.
Insight check. I'm
Right.
gonna roll.
Satyrs make
17.
excellent paladins. They have really high charisma.
17.
What race doesn't make an excellent paladin? I challenge you to play that.
Yeah. Find one.
Right, so your standing characters guarding the heartspring were fine. Cool.
Just do a perception check because I want to be sure that's her. That just seems, again, suspicious Pip. When a guard suddenly turns up, it's like, hey, everyone leave.
Yes.
Do you want
you're
to,
so
like-
smart?
Feel her, or like just roll a perception check, or roll an investigation check. Like, if it's an illusion, the fastest way to figure out if it's her or not will be to touch her.
Yeah, but does Pip know that?
But we also know
Remember
about
consent.
Inside
Yeah.
checker.
we
That's
also know about body swapping. So
Yeah.
True.
we want to know if it's her
Soul.
in there as well.
Yeah.
I
Inside
think, yeah, so like, and
But I'm terrible at insight, so I don't want to do it.
just quick. You have a statue in your house.
Yeah,
What is it?
it's a satyr.
I sort of lean in and go, you have to think it's I have to be sure you're you. I'm not trying to be rude. It's been a weird few days. We've literally just all swapped bodies. If you are an illusion, would you kindly... But if you are you, that's okay.
I mean, if I was an illusion, why would I go?
As I asked you nicely.
I'm not an illusion.
I'm just gonna... Forgive me for poking you. Poke. I'm not being rude, I'm being cautious. It's been a weird few days.
I understand. It's fine.
Thank you. I'm just going to roll something now. Now I've poked her.
Now that Pip's doing that, I've rolled a 21 on an insight check.
Yeah.
She appears to be the same person that you met
It's fine, don't worry.
this morning.
That's definitely, sorry, I've forgotten your name.
Riva.
Riva. Okay. Again, apologies. We're all very tense at the moment.
I can see that. You've
Yeah.
got very tight shoulders.
Yeah. Well, for a while, Xenoc, and it's been... Come on, Nutmeg, I think we've got things to do.
I'm going to fish around in my robes and find the bubble wand and go, I think this is yours. We went through your house looking for your wife, and we picked some stuff up to help us look for your wife, and well, I want to give it back. It's not mine.
Tessia picks up all sorts of things. If it's helping you help the village, keep it.
Does that go for this shield as well?
Yeah, and in this book.
The shield is an old one of mine. I'm not using it anymore, so if you want it, have it. And the book, sure.
We also beat up your stove.
I'll fix that. I mean, I can't put the enchantment back on it, but
I
I
ate your plums. We have to give you, they were so cold and delicious.
can't do anything about the plums.
I specifically put in the plums so someone would make that joke.
Pay off.
I did tell her that if she put that enchantment on the stove, someone would just break the stove. So, thank you for helping make my point.
Did also mend the stove, which probably negates your point because it doesn't appear to have been any damage.
Let's go before we get pulled into this.
I was gonna say, oh no, we've picked sides.
We really shouldn't be part of this
Did you want to
conversation.
finish the short rest first?
Have we done half hour's worth of
Only did
conversation?
half.
It's been half an hour of
Yeah.
upward combo.
What mild faffery. Cool.
I've processed it anyway. So.
Sure.
And as you
God
head,
damn
I'm
you.
sorry, John. You need to be a little bit. I need this arm. As you head out into the village to get up to the sanctum, that is where we will pick up next time.
Hey.
Thank you, everyone. That was so much fun. Thank you for going with me on that slightly chaotic idea.
That's brilliant. Really, really cool.
So I hope that you enjoyed it, audience. We had a lot of fun. If you enjoyed tonight, we're playing every Monday. We stream at 6 p.m. British Summer Time, which is other times in other time zones. On Tuesdays, we also play at 6 p.m. GMT, British Summer Time at the moment. And that is Andor at the moment, I believe, which is run by Bredo, and it's great. So if you enjoyed this, also check out Andor. It's fantastic.
I think tomorrow's their grand finale.
Last one. They're having a lot of fun. They're having a real hoot. So yeah, definitely check that out. Our final show is on Saturdays, also at 6 p.m. British Summer Time. Yes, I know you're there. And that is Talk Together, which is our talk show. It's 1 hour, and it's someone from our team talks to someone else from our team about D&D, how they feel about it, get to know a little bit more about them. It's good fun, and yes, you can tune in on Saturdays. All of our shows are streamed at twitch.tv/rolltogetherrpg, and you can find all of our content archived at youtube.com/rolltogetherrpg. We're on podcast providers. Just search Roll Together RPG on your favourite one. If we're not there, let us know, and we might be able to get ourselves onto your favourite one. Massive thank you once again to our TV20 Club on Patreon. We're really appreciative of you supporting us. If you want to check that out, there'll be a link in chat right now. We have sponsors and supporters, which we're really grateful to. So once again, thank you to Hero Forge, Ultra Pro, Elderwood, and to our supporters D&D Beyond, Isle Champions of Bottom Realms, Level Up Dice, and Warriors of Waterdeep. We're on social media everywhere as Roll Together RPG. And thank you everyone for joining us. We will see you next week. Bye!